losing is a sin. Bulls light the lamp and the good gods win. Steel on ice and hearts on fire. Every goal takes us higher and higher. In the valley under the stars so bright, we fight for glory, we fight tonight. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. Country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. Vulcan on the right, lineup is set and the roster's tight. Blades laced up and the twigs feeling right, going Bulls deep in the ring tonight. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. Load up the bullpen, fire up the crowd. Turning Bulls loose, make the family proud. About to drop the puck, gonna go bar down. Boys crash the crease and tear up this town. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of the Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of the Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. Tempest flare gloves hit the ice. Kick his ass not once but twice. Down south losing is a sin. Bulls light the lamp and the good gods win. Steel on ice and hearts on fire. Every goal takes us higher and higher. In the valley under the stars so bright, we fight for glory, we fight tonight. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo.
The month of October was a rough one for the Birmingham Bulls. In fact, the first 5 games turned into an aggravating and mind-boggling series of 1-goal losses. It shouldn't have been surprising with a roster that consisted of 10 rookies. Any hockey player at any level will have deer-in-the-headlight looks when they step out onto the ice that first time as a professional. And that's what happened. But things changed. Starting with a comfort-behind win over Roanoke, Birmingham has won 3 of their last 4 games and have points in 4 consecutive. Thanks to a bit of chemistry, some confidence, and an adherence to Craig Simchuk and Kevin Kerr's systems, along with incredible goaltending, the Bulls seem to have righted the ship, made the repairs that were needed, and now find themselves in sole possession of 6th place and moving up. This weekend will go a long way in determining what happens to the Bulls as we head into the holidays. This weekend, the Fayetteville Marksmen come to town. They come to the Pellin Civic Complex with for a 2-game series that could put some separation between the two. Birmingham currently has 9 points, which puts them 1 ahead of Fayetteville and only 2 behind 5th place Knoxville. The weekend could be a start of a push by the Bulls that could put them in 4th by the time it's over. But before that, we first must take care of business at home. One shift, one period, one game at a time. Hello again, everyone. Jody Cherneski here along with Greg Drevany for what will be a telling pair of games. Drev, the Bulls, winning 3 of their last 4. Fayetteville, on the opposite end, has dropped 4 of their last 5. They haven't scored more than 2 goals in a game all season long. They have only scored 12 goals in the 9 games they played, and last weekend were held to 1 goal in 2 games versus Pensacola. Should any of that matter in Birmingham's preparation?
Never matters, Jody. There's so much change and transition in minor pro hockey, and that's one of the things with Fayetteville coming into the game tonight. Just like you mentioned, the Bulls in that comeback win that set them on their 4 games, getting points in all those games, basically not losing in their last 4. And for Fayetteville, you don't want to be their Roanoke.
Fayetteville does get a little help offensively tonight. They did sign a player from the Federal League who had 10 points in 9 games in the Fed. His name is Tim Kim. They also got a return from a veteran, one that we recognize. His name is Johnny Monkovich. He only played in 2 games this year, but he had 2 goals in those games. He is going to be a difference in this game. How much, we don't know, but the coaches, both Craig Simchuk and Kevin Kerr, knew exactly that this was going to happen, they told me.
Well, it'll be interesting to see, Jody, and I'll tell you, I'm excited to see this Kim from the Federal League, and, just a little background on this. But, as you look at the different leagues, the first thing I always do is I always go check out the Coast, check out the SP, right. Then I'll go check out the Fed. And one thing I'm always curious about, who are the top scorers and who are the top PIMS guys?
Yes.
Because to me, those are the most important things on your team. Top 6 or bottom 6, it doesn't matter. Everybody's got a role. The question is, does everybody understand their role?
Well, you can find good players in the Fed, the Federal League, what we're calling the Fed. But you know what, Greg, I'm not sure if they're not there for a reason. I have my own suspicions as to that, but Birmingham doesn't seem to pluck a lot of players from the Fed. However, a team like Fayetteville that is in need of offense, right. They have nothing to lose by doing so.
Well, and it's one of those things, Jody, you get to know the names because you've got 2 different scenarios in the Fed. You've got the guys that, you've seen in the Coast, you've seen in the SP, and now they're in the Fed doing their thing. But the ones that I'm really looking for when I go in there and I'm checking it out, I'm looking for those young guys. You know what I mean? Who are the guys who are on their way up using the Fed as that first step into, and they have that want to get into the SP and go above and beyond and make the crawl, and I call it 7 the hard way. Everybody can get to the show, but there's 2 ways to get there. Either you're like Connor McDavid and guys like that who go and they're there when they're 19.
Well, that's a God-given ability.
That's it. Or you got to go the long way. And for the long way, you go, you do your time in juniors, you get into some college somewhere, you keep playing hockey, and then you got to make that transition from the collegiate level into the pro level and start somewhere.
Birmingham will be without a very important piece or 2 to their lineup tonight. Left wing Danny Waite, 6 points on the year, and right wing Kyron Gronick, a goal and assist. They'll be out. They're on the IR until at the very earliest, December 4, when they're eligible to come off the IR. Both were placed on the 14-day IR on Wednesday. In their place, Greg, Birmingham signed a couple of big men, finally. Bulls signed defenseman Aaron Sherratt and a center, Damon Zimmer, to fill those spots. Sherratt comes to the Bulls from Rapid City in the East Coast League, while Zimmer was in Peoria to start the season. Both bring much needed size, as I said. Sherratt goes 6'4", 220, and Zimmer stands 6'2", 200. Does that really make a difference, Greg? And how your team attacks the game or how you play, knowing that you finally got some big men to do something?
Well, it's one of those things, Jody, where, the Bulls, they had their core guys coming in. You know what I mean? They were starting off. The only problem with them at the start of the year is everybody was still very young. And with those, how many pro games does your team have? We didn't have very many, No. So in that, where you come into a situation, they all look the same. They were all young. They were fast. They were quick. You know what I mean? But they also had a little bit of grit and grind to them this year that was new to us, and we really saw in those first couple games at home in those overtime losses. But nonetheless, very good opportunity right now to mix in a little size, because I believe, not that you can't win with a small team and use speed and quickness as your go-to, but we always see it in the playoffs.
Right, that's when it matters.
That's where you want to have, and you don't have to have a bunch of them, but you want to have a couple guys, usually one in back and one up front, that have some size that can throw the body around and protect the guys on your team, like the Ledziankos and Olenek.
All right, Sherratt, like Danny Waite's father, Dougie Waite, Sherratt also brings a bloodline to the Birmingham Bulls. His brother, Ben, currently plays for the Detroit Red Wings and has been with the Winnipeg Jets, with Montreal, and the Florida Panthers. He's had a 9-year career so far and still playing in the NHL. Aaron Sherratt's grandfather, Gordon Sherratt, played in the Canadian Football League with the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and he won a Grey Cup long before I was born in 1957. So the athletic bloodlines are there in the Sherratt family.
Oh, definitely, Jody. And no matter what you call it, doesn't matter if it's NHL, NFL, but the bottom line is those are two tough sports, and what you're looking for is that legacy bloodline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what the fans, either you got it or you don't. And if you got it, you can't tell me that a guy like Sherratt coming in at 6'4", a big defenseman and stuff like that people don't have their eyes on him in Birmingham to see what he can do. And as he progresses and matures as a hockey player, he's going to get a shot on name recognition alone.
Well, I have to give him credit. Aaron Sherratt, when he was in the coast in Rapid City, challenged, asked somebody that you well know for a fight at center ice. Why don't you tell us about that?
Well, that would be Mr. Anthony Collins, Jody, and I'll tell you, when you mentioned that and told me that, I was like, well, that tells me something about that kid's character right there, because there's not many people that would even answer that bell. And win or lose, the bottom line is he got up off the ice, went across, and went in and served his 5 minutes and came back to skate again.
You have to respect that. I
Yep.
do. Either way. All right, starting lineups first for the visiting Fayetteville Marksmen. Defensively, they'll go with Ryan Leith and Caden Meyer. Up front, Graham McCrory will center line with return from the IR, Johnny Monkovich, and Tim Kent, their leading scorer. Birmingham counters with Jordan Gagnon and Cole Youngworth on defense, with Sean Kennedy, Parker Soreski, and Shane Murphy up front. In goal for both teams tonight, we'll see Colby Muse for Fayetteville. He has a record of 2 wins, 3 losses, 1 tie, a 2.35 goals against, and a .908 save percentage. For Birmingham, Jacob Musatelli gets his 3rd start in as many games. Jacob's been playing very well as of late. 2 wins, 1 loss, and 1 shootout loss. A .267 goals against and .925 save percentage. Greg, maybe it's going to be a goaltender's night. Maybe it's going to be a defensive night. But I will say this, both goaltenders know how to play their game.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the thing about minor pro hockey, Jody. If you want to have a chance to win every night, night in and night out, no matter where you're at in the standings, you got to have good goaltending. And both of these teams coming into this one, they've got a good start and a solid foundation in that position.
Well, we'll have our national anthem. I don't know if we'll be able to pick up the sound, but I did listen when he was practicing. We'll have a trumpeter on the national anthem. We're about set for action.
Thank you, Andrew. And
Referee tonight, William Jacques. Linesman Brett Dardzinski and Anthony DeMarte. Birmingham tonight saluting the military. The specialty jerseys are in white, red numerals. And I saw the jerseys, Greg, before the game. I never like special jerseys. You know that. I really have a disdain for them. This one's done right. It's done classy. Red and blue bands on the arm with stars. Soldiers on the front. It's not too gaudy. It's not too busy, but it is there, and you can definitely sense it.
American flag on the shoulder.
So we have a veteran on the ice to drop the puck.
Yeah, back to the national anthem, Jody, with the trumpet coming in. You know what? That gave me visions of making some phone calls and see if I can't get a hold of Kelly and the boys from U.S. to get them down here to do a little rendition with like an electric guitar or something, a little Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, that would be up my alley.
Yeah.
You know, for sure. I'm not sure it would be up to the Birmingham Bulls management alley, but that's okay. All right, we're about ready for face-off. Birmingham will defend the goal to our right, Fayetteville to our left. These two teams, Greg, too, pretty clean on the year. Birmingham, the least penalized team in the league. Fayetteville, the 8th penalized team, so don't expect any funny stuff, just good, clean hockey. We'll see what happens as we're underway. Off the boards, Monkovich tried to flip it in. It missed, but it came right to the Marksmen. They have it. Leaf slides it around the boards, far side, picked up by Monkovich behind the net. Taken away by Youngworth, and it scoots past back into the Fayetteville zone. Played far side, Meyer for Tim Kent. Kent sends one into the near corner where Youngworth will play it past Monkovich for Soretsky. Gave that one away, backhanded one through center ice, or through the slot, Greg, and nobody was there.
Well, one of those ones, Jody, you got to, as the winger up there on the blue line, you want to make sure that you clear the zone. I don't like those no-look little backhanders to the middle.
Birmingham with the puck in their own zone. Gagnon with it. Slides it through center ice, tipped in by Colton Olenek. Behind the net, played by Holmes. Sinclair on him. Puck comes free. Now it's blocked off the leg of the newcomer, Damon Zimmer, who delivers a check. Loose puck now at center ice, played into the Bulls zone. Played back around the near boards. Colton Olenek has it. Long pass through center ice. It gets past McGregor Sinclair, and this one will be icing on the Bulls. Zimmer had a nice check down there, Greg, on this first shift.
Yeah, that's what I was just checking out the makeup of this line, and, you know, it looked like Zimmer coming in, kind of picked up that center role in the defensive zone, and that's good to see because that tells me there's some hockey sense there when it's not just about center and wing, it's about F1, F2, F3 coming back on the back check. So far so good. I like the physicality, and I like the hockey awareness.
Now Monkovich and Zimmer, a little pushing and shoving there, and McCrory is tossed. Monkovich will come in to take his place. The double shifting Johnny Monkovich already right off the bat. Leith banks one off the boards behind the net.
Wow. That
one bounced up, and it may have even grazed the post. Coming out the other way, sent past Olenek back into the Fayetteville zone. We'll have icing again as Scahill miscalculated, I guess, where Olenek was, or he wasn't looking. I see Colton wearing a mask, something similar to a shield. I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not, but he couldn't find the puck.
Yeah, I saw that earlier when he was down on the wall, and you know, I know that, got some stitches coming in, so just a little extra protection for him tonight.
Puck off the draw at the player's skates. Kick free, played by Scahill around the near side for Olenek. Leith steps in on him. Kept into the Bull zone. McCrory there trying to keep it in, and the puck squirts free back into center ice. Meyer will take it into his own end, and I'll leave it near side for Ryan Leith. Kip Ledzianko tipped the pass away. It still gets to Meyer. Birmingham intercepts and sends it right back in. Leith with the puck. Now McCrory picks it up, has it taken away. Now it's loose along the far wall. There's a shot taken that never made it through. Leith will whip one around near side. Dorsey tried to keep it in. It got past him and all the way back into the Bull zone. Wood's pass for Sadowski miscalculated. It's picked up. Look out, there's a shot just wide of the net. Mouse with that shot. Now, Love takes a shot. It goes off the boards behind the net. Kip Ledzianko banks a nice one off the boards, just out of the reach of Matt Wood. Played by Love. Wood on him into the near corner. Along the near boards, Gorman has it. Chance Gorman with the puck. Gains that center ice stripe and dumps it in. Mouse goes in with it along with Sherratt for Birmingham. Takes a big hit from Mouse. Fayetteville with the puck in the zone. Tim Kim drops it back for Holmes. Blake Holmes with a shot blocked by the Bulls. That was Caron.
Yep.
It comes to Kennedy. Kennedy gets past Davis, but he loses control of the puck. And Alex Davis slides it around the far side where Holmes has it. He loses control of it, but gains it back. Holmes dumps one in. Sherratt picks it up for the Bulls. Far boards played off the wall. Soretsky is there for Birmingham. He takes a hit. Costs the puck up. Wilkie has it now. Wilkie brings it into the Bull zone, drops it into the near corner. Picked up by Aonzo. Big hit there. Sherratt goes down, but the puck is coughed up. Birmingham Zimmer had it, lost it. Taken away by Fayetteville. They're putting the pressure on. Sticked aside by Musatelli. Loose puck just to his left. Shot into the boards by Zimmer. Sinclair is there. He'll try and get it out and does. Going after it is Olenek. Holmes beats him to the puck. Right back out. Now Olenek delivers a check. As the whistle blows, icing is called. Wilkins and Olenek were going after the puck, and not that Colton can't check, but you don't see that very much, but he delivered one then.
Well, you got to set the tone, Jody, and those are the exciting things about hockey, when guys are expected to do certain things and then they do something exceptional that's not in that mindset. And that's Olenek throwing the body down there. Good to see, setting the tone for the Bulls early.
Off the draw, Zimmer had it, lost it, picked up by Holmes. He'll skate up around, send it home to the far wall. Right back in behind the net, it's played. Coming out with it was Wilkins. Zimmer stopped him. Now Birmingham's Olenek has a stick knocked out of his hands by Anzai. Loose puck at center ice, played by Monkovich. He picks Cahill's pocket. Monkovich can't get the shot off as it hit Doug Scott. Gains possession of the puck back, though, for Fayetteville. Monkovich with it. Tries to cut out in front. Lost his footing. Lost the puck as well. Leith picks it up just at the blue line. Ryan Leith tries to send a backhander, and it's blocked by the Bulls. Now he shoots, he scores. Greg, believe it or not, that is Fayetteville's first goal of the first period all year long, and it comes at 4:34 of the first period.
Well, Jody, you talked about size and muscle right there, and you just saw it with Leith on the point. He got that puck and pulled it out, and he pulled it through Wood. Wood tried to get it away from him a couple times, but, you know, he just couldn't get past that big frame of Leith. He got the shot off, traffic in front. Bulls are down one.
Looked like it was deflected in front. It went up top shelf. Here's the call.
Ryan Leith. The assist, number 12, John Monkovich, and number 22, Tim Kent.
So
Goal
Kent,
scored at
it
4:34.
was not deflected. Shot went in from the blue line from the defenseman, Ryan Leith. Leith's goal is his second of the year. First goal, as I said, from Fayetteville in the first period all year long. It'll be interesting to see if that ignites Fayetteville or if they revert back to their old ways. Off the draw just outside the Bulls' blue line, picked up by Birmingham, and Dorsey has it. Off of Wood's stick, it bounced right into the Fayetteville bench where Bopit actually made a save with his glove.
Bopit getting into the action from the bench, Jody. It's always good to see when your backup's in tune with the game. Great save there.
Birmingham being outshot at this point with 15:10 to go in the first period, 4-0. Face off at center ice. Anzai on the draw for Fayetteville. Little ice repair going on, it looks like.
Yeah, both teams are really aggressive, Jody, and on their forechecks and in the neutral zone and stuff like that, where the Bulls have had really good pressure from their D stepping in from the point, but it just hasn't resulted in shots on net yet.
Caden Cahill tips one into the Bull zone. Wood goes in after it for Birmingham. Skates behind the net, drops it for Dorsey. Jamie Dorsey ahead for Phil Edzianko. Cross-eyes pass, connects with Wood in front for Kip. He couldn't tip it in, just bounced past the stick. There, a shot from the point deflected by Wood. That shot from Dorsey was a good one. and it just deflected into the stands out of play. That was the Birmingham's best offensive barrage by far, Greg.
Definitely. You saw it there with the Ledzianko with the stretch pass all the way across from red line here in front of the benches to the far blue line. That set Woods off across, gained the zone, tried to give it back to Phil in the middle, or no, Kip.
Yep.
In the middle, and he missed on that one. They got it back around, threw it to Dorsey on the backside. Great low shot by Dorsey, and that's the key. Make those shots hard for the goalie to stop. Throw them low, and it also gives your forwards confidence in front because they're not worried about getting hit in the face, and they'll stay in there, get in front of the goalie, and have an opportunity to tip it just like Woods did there.
14:47 to go, first period. Fayetteville on the strength of a Ryan Leith goal, assisted by Monkovich. And Tim Kent takes the 1-0 lead as we start in the Fayetteville zone to the right of Colby Muse. Birmingham has Soretsky out with Kennedy and Murphy. Sherrod and Youngworth on defense. Puck is dropped. Fayetteville once again had it, lost it. There's a shot off the side of the net by Murphy. Back to the blue line for Sherrod. Plays it around behind the boards, far side. Picked up by the Bulls. It couldn't center it out. Soretsky does a good job keeping it in, but Fayetteville takes it away, and here we go. Through center ice. Tipped in by Tim Kim, the newcomer. Youngworth has it taken away. Gorman was there. Now it's tied up. Around to the near side corner on the near half wall. Played by Moust. Now Tim Kim fighting for possession along with Murphy. Puck comes free. Moust a shot well wide of the far side of the net. Picked up by Soretsky, who just lifts one out of play. And this one may be, they're talking about a delay of game. I don't know.
Yep.
And
Here it
Soretsky's
comes.
gone. It's the power play coming up for Fayetteville. I knew that didn't look good. And Soretsky had no argument. He's in the box. First power play of the night for either team. Fayetteville with a 1-0 lead on the power play. This year, Fayetteville's dead last on the power play. Believe it or not, 2 goals and 38 power play opportunities. 5% success rate. I've never seen that before in my life.
Well, and Jody, even in that last shift, I wasn't, superly impressed with the talent of Kim and Most on that line. But you know what? Those guys were working hard, and that hard work resulted in panic and a penalty.
Off the draw in the Birmingham zone, play back to the point. Tim Kent has it, drops it back for Leith. Goal scorer of the night. Return for Kent. Pressured there by Olenek. There's a shot save made by Musatelli. It got through. Back to the point, Leith has it. Near side, there's Gorman, a shot. That one goes wide to the far side and escapes the zone. Tipped at center ice. Monkovich backhands a pass over. Chance Gorman brings it in. Banks went off the boards near side for Mike Moran. Returns it far side for Gorman. Gorman had it, lost it. Fayetteville tried to keep it in, but it escapes the zone, and Moran has it. He's pressured by Phil Ledzianko. Phil almost took the puck away, but Moran skates away with it. Retreats back in his own zone as Phil was doing a little forechecking there. Through center ice. Moran tips it past Kennedy. Gets into the near corner where he slides it far side. Sadovsky had it. He tried to get it out, couldn't. It's kept in by Cahill to cut through the slot. Poked away from him nicely by Ledzianko.
That was a nifty little move there by Cahill. A little in-out reversal there. Pulled it into the middle by himself. Everybody thought he was going to the point.
35 seconds remaining on the Fayetteville power play, cleared by the Bulls, and Muse will leave it for his defense. Step out in front, 12:29 to go, first period. Fayetteville up 1-0. Cahill with the puck, brings it in. Close to offside, far side. There's a shot. It got past Musatelli, but wide. Along the near side, played and out by the Bulls. Look out, Ledzianko had it. Skated past it, but managed to corral it and send it down the ice.
Great job by Sherrod there on that shot, Jody. Boxing out that forward in front and knocked him down. Let Musatelli see the puck.
Ayanzo tips one in. Birmingham has killed the penalty and are back at full strength. Taken far side. Birmingham has it. Through center ice. Around the far boards, played by Olenek. No one there except for John Ayanzo, and he'll slide it far side. Alex Davis will put it in. Around the Bulls' net. Tipped out and back into center ice. Not a lot of control of the puck in any zone, Greg.
Right.
Tyler Love. Far side's played. Nice play by Birmingham to take it away. That was Youngworth with it. Stop behind the net. Muse has it. He'll play it far side. And back comes Fayetteville the other way. There's a shot, blocker saving, an easy one by Musatelli. Played it in the corner, Matt Wood. Sends it for Zimmer. Zimmer, pass over near side. Youngworth wasn't expecting it. He has to stop and get it back just to get it out into center ice. McCrory has it. Graham McCrory brings it in. Scahill back. There's a save made by Musatelli off the stick of McCrory. Shot in front for Monkovich.
Wow.
Save made by Musatelli. Monkovich was all alone. Fayetteville is buzzing right now in the Birmingham zone. Icing is going to come up. No, they'll be played by Muse, so icing is waved off. 10:40 to go. First period. Fayetteville out shooting Birmingham 9-1. This does not look like a team that's only scored 12 goals all year, Greg.
No, they're definitely, even in that offensive zone, Jody, they're finding the seams well and really creating a lot of confusion for the Bulls.
The Twins are out for Birmingham, both led to Yonkos. Birmingham can't control the puck in the offensive zone, and that quickly they'll turn it. Fayetteville sends it in. Blake Holmes bounce one off the boards, looking for a hop for Gorman, steered aside by Musatelli. Fayetteville keeps it alive. Save made off the stick of Wilkie. Gorman with a shot, another save by Musatelli. It's a shooting gallery right now. Blake Holmes with a shot goes wide. Played far side Gorman for Moust. Doug Scott on him. Around the near side boards, Fayetteville will keep it in. That's Wilkins. Alex Wilkins takes the hit but keeps it alive. Tim Kim with it. Steps in the slot. Save made. It got past Musatelli. He cleared it himself just past Moust. Gorman with it. Gets past Kennedy. Sets it up far boards for Holmes. Around the net for Moust. Moust has it. Wraparound save made. Another save. Another save. 3 in a row by Musatelli. Single-handedly keeping Birmingham in this game. And Birmingham finally just gets the puck out into the Fayetteville zone. Holy cow, Greg.
It'll be one of those things, Jody, where Musatelli, oh, here we go.
Cahill gets it, gets past the defense. Save again, Musatelli. As Cahill got past Jamie Dorsey, Musatelli touched the door on him. As we'll have another media timeout, and it couldn't have came at a better time.
Yeah, that's almost where the standing ovation as he skates to the bench, Jody, just his last play here in the,
Holy cow.
in the next 2 minutes. That's what I was going to say is Musatelli has definitely deserved this media timeout and coming to the bench for some well-deserved water. But holy cow, even on there, just the composure, Jody, that's what I'm seeing down there. When they have the puck, the forward standing, straddling the goal line, left-handed shot, and just bangs it. Not one, but two, but three low on the ice. And as a goaltender, I've been there. It's so hard to stay and keep your pad down on the ice because you feel like you want to move. And as soon as you move, you open up, you create opportunities. And that was a great job by Musatelli to just stay there, melt down to the ice, and basically just build that wall one brick at a time.
14-1 shots on goal, Greg.
Wow.
And to be honest, I don't even remember the Birmingham shot. I remember a chance that got sent into the stands, into the netting, that was a great scoring chance, but that's it.
Well, in all fairness to Muse, I will say that shot from Dorsey that was tipped by Woods, I think it did hit him in the shoulder, so I think that's where that first one came in. But yeah, like right now, the Bulls, they got to find an answer here defensively because Fayetteville is just where they're not.
It is a shooting gallery right now on Jacob Musatelli, and he is standing tall. Face-off will be to his left. Anzai for Fayetteville. Sinclair for Birmingham. Sinclair seems to be one of the few Birmingham Bulls centermen that can win draws. He loses this one. Picked up in the slot by Moran. Left side takes a shot wide of the net. Loose puck along the boards. Birmingham finally clears. Coming back into the offensive zone. Draws one back. Taken away by Fayetteville. Cahill has it. Dorsey on him. So he'll slide it into the far corner. Picked up by Moran. He tried a shot, but it was deflected away. Center to pass for McCrory. Gets past him. but he picks it up. Graham McCrory around near side for Moran. Centers a pass for Kent, taken away by the Birmingham Bulls, and McGregor Sinclair skates away. Had it knocked away by McCrory, and here comes Kent. Wow, I am impressed with this first period of Fayetteville, Greg.
Wow. One of those things, Jody, where I've been sitting here and I realize it's like the whole time I've been looking to my right, and that's not usually something we see. Usually it's end to end to end, but yes, Fayetteville very aggressive, even in the neutral zone. It's like the Bulls can't get the puck in the neutral zone and just get their game going with their speed to get that over and dump and chase game going, because Fayetteville has just got their foot on the gas the entire time, and they're not even letting the Bulls hardly get out across their blue line.
It's not that Birmingham's not giving an effort to get it out. Fayetteville's just beating it away. Birmingham back in the penalty box. I missed that call, but into the penalty box for Birmingham is Shane Murphy. Another power play coming up. Just what we don't need for Fayetteville. They are 0 for 1, but Birmingham being outshot so badly now on the penalty kill. Youngworth tries to backhand it out, and he does. Played by Wilkins. Tim Kim has it for Cahill. Far side pass for Monkovich. Wilkins now has it. Here comes Tim Kim. Fresh from the Federal Hockey League. Dumps it into the near side. He's already got power play time.
Oh, what a catch.
One-handed catch right out of the stands. That had to hurt, but he gave it away to a kid.
Yeah.
So that's great.
That's it. There's another free puck. Compliments of the Birmingham Bulls for some lucky little lad down there.
Yeah, but the problem is the faceoff will come in the Birmingham zone.
Wow.
Another penalty. This one coming up.
Delay a game, that's right.
Yep, Aaron Sherratt fired that puck into the stands. I thought it got deflected into the stands, but it didn't. So now we'll be on a 5-on-3 power or penalty kill. 1:41 remaining on the penalty to Murphy. Now 2 minutes for Sherratt. Here we go, Greg.
Minimally, you want to get out of this first 141, Jody.
Tim Kent drops it back. Monkovich plays it down low. They're working the power play. They'll switch positions, cycle it back up top. Caden Cahill, far side, one-timer Kent. That's blocked by the Bulls' defense. That was Cahill.
Yep.
He's hurting. Fayetteville still has the puck in. Chance Gorman drops it down from Moran. Skates close to the net. Through the slot. Monkovich, a shot, save made, rebound.
Wow.
Goes wide. Tim Kent picks the puck up. 5-on-3 advantage for Fayetteville. Johnny Monkovich cuts through the slot. Sends one in, save again made. Rebound picked up by Fayetteville. Kent drops it for Gorman. Gorman sends it down low, far side for Cahill. Skates it back to the blue line. Cahill still with the puck. Gives it up for Kent. Far side Monkovich. Takes the shot. Blocked by the Bulls defense. Cahill again.
Yep.
Monkovich picks up that puck after it was blocked, and they'll keep it in. Caden Cahill with it now. For Kent, their leading scorer. Top of the face-off circle, whistles one wide, and that puck finally escapes the Birmingham zone. Fresh penalty killers for Birmingham.
I got to tell you, Scahill, you got to give him an A+ there, Jody. 2 block shots and then a stick in a shooting lane there. He took away 3 opportunities on that power play for Fayetteville.
20 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. The deflected pass and cleared by Birmingham down the ice. 12 seconds in the 5-on-3. 30 seconds in the second penalty to Sherratt. Fayetteville Wilkins has to go back into his own zone. Alex Wilkins pressured there by Olenek. Back at 5-on-4 advantage. 15 seconds to go in that advantage. Brought in by Anzai. Anzai drops it back. A shot blocked. Sent behind the net. Played by Fayetteville. Sadowski tried to clear it out. That was deflected off the glass, thank goodness.
Yep.
And with only 6 seconds remaining on the penalty to Aaron Sherratt, Birmingham is close, not yet, but close to being able to kill off a 5-on-3 advantage for almost a full 2 minutes, Greg.
Well, you can see when they got that second line of penalty killers out there, Jody, there's definitely some pep in the step of the Bulls, so hopefully this will carry over here in the next 6 seconds.
Off the draw, Fayetteville controls. Played down low. Wrap around a tip off the side of the net. Sherratt is out of the penalty box, and we're back at 5-on-5 hockey. Blake Holmes with it, back to Wilkins. Right back in the Bulls zone, it's sent. Gets past Sadowski. Back behind the net. Soretsky is there for Birmingham. Backhands one off the boards, but right into Wilkins' stick. I just cannot believe how little offense Birmingham has had so far in this game.
Well, they can't get control of the puck down low, Jody. I mean, Fayetteville is just on fire right now, moving their feet and attacking in all three zones.
Gorman with it in his own zone. Banks went off the boards to Holmes. Near wall pass Gagnon, gets back into the Bulls zone. Musatelli out of his net, plays it for Young. Well, I thought he was going to leave it for Youngworth. He played it for Gagnon, who now gives it to Youngworth. Not a lot of communication there, Greg.
Well, one of those things. I don't like that little 3-foot pass to the middle either, but here come the Bulls.
Karan has it. Haven't called his name a lot tonight. Karan circles in. Save made by Muse, and a nice one. Karan circled into that near face-off circle and had a good shot at it, a good look. But Muse comes up with the save.
Definitely the best shot of the night for the Bulls, Jody. Muse looked sharp on that one.
Back off. It's center ice. Puck is loose. Fayetteville is just outworking Birmingham right now.
Well, I like that Malachi crunch at center ice there. Maybe that'll get the Bulls a little riled up here.
All right, Birmingham in their own zone. Try and moves it out. Off the stick of Phil Edzianko into the Fayetteville zone. Picked up. Sent around near side. Loose puck, top of the face-off circle, tapped out by Davis. Now they'll say Doug Scott was in ahead of the play as that puck came back into the Fayetteville zone. He doesn't like the call, but offside is called. Fans don't care for it either, but it's not going to help. We're going to have a face-off outside the Fayetteville zone.
So what they didn't like about that call, Jody, is that the puck was actually coming up into the neutral zone. It was on a Fayetteville player's stick, and when he ran into the defenseman stepping up at the red line, he backhanded it. So Fayetteville actually was the one that cleared that puck back towards Scott. And that was his debate, for lack of a better term, is they shot the puck at me. It doesn't matter where I'm at.
I don't recall in the 4 years you and I have been doing this, Birmingham being outshot by 16 shots on goal and still 4 minutes to go in the period. Well, 18-2, Fayetteville outshooting Birmingham.
We talked about the importance of solid goaltending, Jody, and right now that's a plus for the Bulls because they're getting it right now.
You know, Fayetteville has had trouble scoring goals, but goaltending is not one of their issues, Greg. They got two goaltenders with sub 2.35 goals against and a save percentage of .920 and .908.
Well,
their problem is not in the net.
Well, it's one of those things. You got to turn the switch on at some point, and definitely you can see Fayetteville coming out with some fire. They see where they're at in the standings, and in this weekend, you said it in the pregame show, that this is imperative to create separation for somebody, and hopefully it'll be the Bulls.
Face-off, controlled by the Bulls. McCrory's stick breaks, but somehow the puck finds its way onto Fayetteville's stick, and they clear the zone. Monkovich taps one off the boards. Tim Kent running out hard after it. Dorsey backhands one, but not out. Kept alive. Monkovich far boards. Has Love streaking. Curls away from the Bulls. Zimmer. Tim Kent buzzing around the far side. Traffic in front of the net. Love has it. Gives it up near side. Davis through the slot back to Love at the blue line. He sends a shot. Save made off the glove of Musatelli. Now that puck centered out in front off the side.
Wow.
Tyler Love had it right there, Greg, and no one in front of him except Musatelli, and the puck doesn't go in the net.
Well, this will definitely be something for video review, Jody, but you got to have a man in the zone.
There's a shot taken by Davis as he was all alone, far face-off circle, and that one goes wide. Holmes with it now. He'll give it back to Davis, who tips it back into the Bulls zone. 20-2, Birmingham being outshot. Jamie Dorsey almost lost it. Sends it up for Kennedy, brings it into the Fayetteville zone. In front, looking for Murphy. It's off his stick, played by Anzai. He couldn't get it out. Kennedy kept it alive for the Bulls, at least for the moment. Now Alex Wilkins takes it, and he'll send it around the boards near side. Kept alive by Kennedy. Played behind the net. Gagnon has it. Stopped by Wilkins. Anzai going in with Karan, fighting for puck behind the Fayetteville net. Wilkins comes out with it. He'll bank one off the glass and out. Birmingham has to retreat in their own zone. Loose puck now at center ice. Karan had it taken away. Now it's on the stick of Cahill, back in the Bull zone just that quickly. A shot deflected out of play by Youngworth. Or we would have added to that shot on goal total there.
20-2, Jody.
I've never seen this as long as we've been doing this.
Well, but getting back to why that's happening, it's the same thing behind the net. You got Crown in one-on-one battle. And right now, Fayetteville is winning those one-on-one battles.
They're just outworking Birmingham at this moment. Now, their puck luck's kind of been on their stick, but they've made every opportunity of every chance they've got. Musatelli's just stopped them. Off the draw, Fayetteville has it, cuts behind the net. There's a shot by Meyer. Holy cow, it's picked up far side. Tim Kim has it. Kim tries to get away from 3 people. He'll just slide it behind the net. Ryan Leaf pinching in from the blue line, keeps it alive for Gorman out in front. Loose puck in the slot. Phil Ledzianko takes it away, and Birmingham just clears it, gets it down the ice. And icing will be coming up on the Bulls. Wow.
When you're a goaltender, Jody, Musatelli is having that kind of night, because when you're not having the night that he's having, there was a guy on the back door, pass cross crease, it hit Musatelli, he had a stick turned over, hit the heel of his stick, came straight up, hit him in the shoulder, and then cleared. You know what I mean? I've been in those where you're having those kind of nights, it hits your stick, goes up your shoulder, rolls down the other side in the back of the net.
Face-off will be to the right of Musatelli. Graham McCrory on the draw for Fayetteville. Controlled by the Marksmen. Right off the draw, a shot whistles just a little wide. Picked up by Love near side. Tries to get away from Youngworth. He can't now. Monkovich takes the puck away, knocks his man down in the process. Turnaround shot, save made by Musatelli again. Finally, Youngworth wraps one off the boards. Tried to set it up for Wood. It gets past him. No icing as Love picks it up behind his net. Now Kip Ledzianko delivers the check. Fayetteville holds on to the puck and gets it out. Scott sets it up far side for Sherratt. Pass through center ice, knocked away from Sinclair. Now it's loose. Dorsey is there, or excuse me, that was Sherratt. Picked up by the Bulls. Now Zimmer had it bounce off his stick. Sinclair with the puck. Sets it up far side. Past Sherratt. Wilkins will pick the loose puck up. He'll drop it off for Holmes.
Oh.
Off the skate of Sherratt, it comes into the Bulls zone where it's picked up by his partner, Doug Scott. We're down to 1:10 to go first period. Birmingham very, very fortunate to only be down 1. Doug Scott holds on to the puck. Near corner in the Fayetteville zone, behind the net, tipped by Holmes. In the far boards, Aonzo is there along with Kennedy. Played by Olenek now for Kennedy, who has it centered to the pass just off the stick and skate of Soretsky, and it gets past Scott. He's calling for Musatelli to get the puck before Moran does, and he'll drop it back, gives it away in front. Deflection, save made again. That was Aonzo with the puck. We're down to 35 seconds remaining. Fayetteville trying their best desperately to get another one before the end of the period. Birmingham just wants to get out of this and go to the locker room. Soretsky drops one in, save made. Not many of them on the night for Muse. Now a little snow in the face of Muse from Soretsky. And I believe that's Anzai down there to try and keep him away. If we're playing against Peoria, there's a fight right now.
Wow. Jody, you see what Fayetteville is doing at Holmes. He's a big frame D back there, but you see with Sinclair, he's going east to west through the neutral zone, gets the pass from the D, but he sees Holmes stepping up like a freight train. So it's putting guys like they're afraid to take that pass, keep control because they know they're going to get rocked.
Off the draw, loose puck picked up. Fayetteville will try and clear. It's knocked away with a loose puck picked up by Gorman, and Leith now has it. We're down to 12 seconds to go. Dorsey takes his man out of the play. That was Mouse. Birmingham has it. I don't think they're going to have time with 4 seconds left. Phil tips one in, down to 2, and that'll do it for the end of the first period. And Birmingham mercifully, just mercifully, goes to the locker room down 1-0, being outshot 24-3 in the first period. I don't want to say I'm in shock, but this is the absolute last thing I expected out of this hockey game tonight.
Well, Jody, this is a style that I haven't seen a whole lot in the league, period. Because this is like the old school stuff, like the Brian Marchments and the Marty McSorleys, or wherever a forward gets the puck, a Birmingham forward in the neutral zone, they don't have that luxury to take the puck, make a play, take a couple strides with it, because those D are so aggressive on their own blue line. They're coming up every single time in hard pressure and in that neutral zone. And one of the I mean, I think back to my coaching days, and it's like the only way you can do that is you've almost got to send a forward and be a stretch guy early to force the D to hold off on one side.
But you have to have possession of the puck to do that.
Well, but that's what's causing Birmingham to throw it around in the neutral zone. You see what I mean? Because they don't want to take the puck, make a play, because you've got somebody on you right away. So what are they doing? They're getting the puck and they're just throwing it where they think somebody should be, but it's not a pass. It's more of a desperation.
It's a dump.
Yeah, it's right, but it's a dump that's going across the ice for a pass. But because it's like that, it's hitting the ice and bouncing, and that's why it looks like whack-a-mole out there in the neutral zone.
Birmingham has yet to bring the puck into the Fayetteville zone because of what you said, the defensemen rushing up and forwards rushing up like a freight train to hit you if you do. They're having to dump it in, and they're not being able to go get that loose puck in the Fayetteville zone. Fayetteville is outworking Birmingham, is picking up and working hard in the corners. They're coming out with the puck, and within seconds, it's back in the Bull zone.
Well, and even in the Bull zone, and granted, they did have a 5-on-3, so great job on the Bulls to come out of that one unscathed, thanks Musatelli. But with the Bulls, Jody, the difference is that Fayetteville, they're being creative in the offensive zone. They look like they're having fun. There's a lot of movement. They're not trying to force anything, and that's one thing that, why is that happening? Because the Bulls are standing still and they're giving the forwards that separation that they need, where in Fayetteville's zone, everybody's got somebody and they're always moving towards somebody, and it's very tight man on man, and at the end of the day, you got to create separation, and you can't just stand there, especially in the defensive zone, because Fayetteville is tape on tape down there and getting some unbelievable scoring opportunities on Musatelli, and right now he's the difference in this game.
There's no doubt he's been the difference in a few of our games, but I'm just I don't think, you said it earlier, we haven't seen this style of play in this league since we've been doing it. This is like playoff style hockey for
Well,
Fayetteville.
it is, and it's one of those things where, as I was sitting here watching, and you mentioned it in, that's a great dump there on the bikes. Fans love that. But for the Bulls, Jody, coming into this one, okay, the last 4 games you've had a little bit of success, and you're looking at it, and you're coming in on a Friday for a 2-game stint against Fayetteville, who's been doing the exact opposite of you. And I'm wondering if coming into that game, do you think maybe Birmingham just came in and took their foot off the gas a little bit?
That's why I asked you at the first of the broadcast, does any of this matters what happened to Fayetteville earlier in the season? And you told me it matters nothing at all.
No,
but I don't think the Bulls or the coaching staff, I know we weren't expecting a strategy like this from Fayetteville.
Well, the bottom line is, coming into the game, saying it doesn't matter means it's a new day, new game, and I've been saying it for the Bulls from the start of the season, but with the young team, it doesn't matter what you did yesterday. What matters is that today and tomorrow you get better every day.
All right.
And that's the idea. And Fayetteville came out tonight, and I'm telling you, they're better tonight than they were yesterday.
Fayetteville may be better tonight than they've been all year long. I can tell you
100%.
this. If they play this period, every game they play prior to this, they got a lot more than 12 goals.
Right.
It's just Musatelli that said, no, we're not going to go there yet. But this game's far from over. We got 40 minutes to go. So you're in this locker room now. You mentioned in your coaching days. Craig Simchuk and Kevin Kerr have to be a little surprised at what they saw in that first period. What possibly can you do in the locker room to make sure you don't have a repeat of that first period?
Me personally, I'm going down there, I'm going to wake everybody up, because honestly, in the defensive zone, it looks like half of our guys are asleep. Like, you got 5 guys. Everybody's got to have somebody. The D can't stay wide open like that. That's why the system, you got 3-on-3 down low, wingers take up with your forwards up top. That doesn't mean you're up on the D and you're 3 to 5 feet away from the defenseman. It's man on man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's got to be tighter, because that way, when there's a loose puck, Fayetteville doesn't have a step on you to get there, because you're right on the guy.
So what are you telling the guys? What's your strategy now?
Wake up, let's go. They're outworking you.
Simple as that.
That's it.
Okay, I have to trust you on this one, but they did outwork us the entire period, not just parts of it, the entire period.
and I don't want to snap, but you know, I don't think you're at the throwing the water cooler at this point. But you want to be down there and you want to be waking some guys up. However, you got to do that, and I know that Coach Simchuk and Coach Kerr, they got a lot of ways to do that, and I'll be very surprised if the Bulls come out and just kind of have the effort that they had in the first period. But if they come out on fire, we're in for a great 40 minutes of hockey here, Jody.
Well, one last question I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Fayetteville expended a lot of energy to do that, have that period like that. They were all over the ice, 200 foot. And as you said, Birmingham kind of skating around in a daze at times, looking like they were lost on the ice. Who spent the most energy in that period?
Oh, Fayetteville, definitely.
Okay. So will that matter as we go forward?
It just depends. It's one of those things where Fayetteville, do they keep the momentum going because they haven't had success, but they probably haven't worked that hard all year.
No.
You see what I mean?
Yep.
So it's going to boil down to conditioning and how far can you keep pushing the limits and keep it up. But, you know, the Bulls should be well rested after that first. So if you're asking me if Fayetteville could do that and they worked that hard in the second period and the Bulls match that, I see the Bulls going over the top in the third because they should have more energy in the third for this one. But, hey, it's a hockey game, Jody, and it's 60 minutes, and that's why they're professionals, because they're paid to go for 60 minutes every night, game in and game out. And so far, you got to give Fayetteville a check mark for their workout ethic in the first period. And I want to see the Bulls come out and match that in the second.
Not that it matters, but coming into tonight's game, Fayetteville has scored 8 goals. 8 of their 12 goals that came in the second period. So, you know, I don't know if history repeats itself or not tonight, but I do know this. If I'm Fayetteville, I want to come out the same way I did in the first. I don't want to change anything.
100%.
All right, we'll take a break. We've got about 11 minutes to go before the start of the second period. Birmingham, fortunately, just trailing 1-0 after being outshot 24-3 in that first period. And believe me, folks, it was as lopsided as that sounds. Jody Chernesky here along with Greg Dreveny. Stay with us. This is Birmingham Bulls hockey.
All right, we've got about 4 minutes to go here before the start of the second period here in Pelham, Alabama, as the Bulls are 1 goal shy of tying this one up. Fayetteville came out 24 shots in the first period to the Bulls 3 and lead the Bulls 1-0. In other games around the league, Roanoke and Macon, at the start of the third period, Roanoke up 3-0 on the Mayhem. Here in Pelham, Fayetteville 1-0 on the Bulls, waiting for the second period to kick off here. Knoxville, 1 goal behind Evansville at the end of the first. Evansville leads that one 1-0. Huntsville at home to Pensacola, and they're up 1-0 here with about 10 seconds to go in the first period. The other game up north, Quad City, just got one late in the first period with 5 seconds to go, and they sneak ahead of Peoria 2-1. So lots of action to go, and with the Bulls in the middle of the pack, it's looking pretty favorable right now for them, but they need to get things going here in Pelham in order to get 2 points for themselves.
You know, Greg, I was taking a break there. A couple of the fans that I know, both of them separately, came up to me and asked, Jody, what did they do last night? They look like they've never played hockey before. So we're not the only ones who felt that way, but I do have a feeling that what you said, that what you would do,
right,
has happened in that locker room. Somebody had to blow a gasket somewhere and trying to wake these guys up. And I think we'll see a lot different hockey team in the second period than we saw in the first.
Trust me, Jody, if we saw it, the fans see it, I guarantee you, Coach Simchuk and Coach Kerr, they've watched a lot of hockey, and they're not going to stand for an effort and laziness in the defensive zone like we saw. So I would be very anticipatory here.
Good job.
To see the Bulls come out and be on fire at the start of the second period and look to give Musatelli some help. I mean, if anybody was losing it, it should be him.
Yeah, you've been in that situation, I'm sure, before as a goaltender. When you've held your team in the game, do you ever get to the point where you're screaming at the players to come on, let's score a goal?
Wow.
Just get control of the puck, maybe?
One of those things, Jody, where Musatelli saw so many shots, I don't think he had the luxury of being able to observe why he was getting so many shots. But, yeah, there's definitely some forwards out there that I'd be saying, seriously, let's go.
And you have to understand, too, they had 24 shots on goal.
Right.
That's not counting the ones that misfired directed towards him.
And when you talk about the guys who were making the plays in front of Musatelli, it was guys like Scahill, blocking too, sacrificing his body, especially on that power play. 3-4, and then where he gloved the one down to make his fourth play before he finally got off the ice on that 5-on-3. I mean, plays like that, Jody, are huge, but you can't just have a handful of guys putting in that effort. You've got to have everybody going, and I think that's what we're in for right now at the start of this period, or it's going to be a long night for the Bulls.
All right, it looks like, trying to make sense of this, I see one defenseman for Birmingham on the ice. That's Youngworth. Now here's Gagnon. He's talking. Okay, there he is at center ice. So Gagnon will be out with Youngworth. Soretsky will be with Kennedy and Murphy. Same starting lineup that we had to start this game. Same starting lineup for Fayetteville.
What if Gagnon just stayed there and came in right off the draw and just dropped his gloves and grabbed him? Wow.
Off the draw, Birmingham controls. Gagnon has it. He'll send it near side for Youngworth up the ice, past everyone down into the Fayetteville zone. Muse plays it around the side of the boards, kept in by Birmingham. That's played behind the net. Leith taps it across to Kent. Tim Kent being hammered there, but gets the puck out. Taken away from him, though, by Kennedy, working hard. Loose puck at center ice. Picked up by Fayetteville. Meyer slides it over, and Fayetteville clears their own zone. Just underway, second period, 1-0 Fayetteville as Youngworth taps it in out of the reach of Murphy. Fayetteville backhands one, and look out, McCrory's coming the other way with Monkovich. 3 Bulls back, McCrory's shot. That one goes wide, picked up far side. Zimmer Pass to Sinclair. He almost ran into two people, and finally Monkovich does run him down. Puck taken away by Fayetteville. Holmes sends one wide of Musatelli, picked up far side by Doug Scott. Birmingham skates. Sinclair tips it in. Muse stops it, gets it almost past Zimmer. Puck flies in the air into the near corner. Colton Olink working, trying to get it free. Onside comes out with it, though, and he'll slide it across. Far side, Wilkins has it. Gives it up to Holmes. Holmes backhands one off the glass and in to center ice. Doug Scott will pick it up. Caden the Cahill on him. Scott goes down, no call. Loose puck picked up. Near side by Birmingham's Wood. Nice pass out center ice. Here comes Phil Ledzianko. Two men back for Fayetteville. There's a shot wide by Ledzianko, and the puck bounces all the way back into the Bulls zone.
You can definitely see the Bulls offense here, Jody. As Fayetteville takes an icing here, we'll get a face-off down.
That's not icing. That shot came off the stick of Ledzianko, did it not? And bounced all the way down. Yeah, they're facing off at center ice for some reason.
Wow, okay.
I don't get this. Now they're going to bring it back in the Fayetteville zone for a face-off. The referee's giving
Birmingham.
it. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Too many men on the ice for Birmingham.
On Ledzianko, shot wide, and the puck rimmed all the way around the ice, Jody.
It may have hit somebody in front of the Bulls bench that was changing out. Either way, this will be the fourth power play of the night for Fayetteville. They're 0 for 3 coming into this one, but this is not how I wanted to start the second period shorthanded.
Well, I like the Bulls' offense because you see him stretching the neutral zone and
Off
making
the
it
draw,
harder.
Kip Ledzianko tips one down. Muse will play it. Banks one far side. Here comes Gorman. Gorman gets it up for Tim Kent. Right at the blue line. Taken away by Kip Ledzianko, and he clears. You're seeing a little different pep in the step from Birmingham.
100%.
In their own zone. Played out to center ice for Kent. Has Moran with him. Drops it for Gorman. Near face-off circle. Back at the blue line for Kent. Return to Gorman. Cross-ice pass connects. Blocked in front. That's a nice one by Gagnon. Fayetteville keeps it alive, though. Near side, Tim Kent has it. Pass cross ice. That shot save made.
Wow.
Musatelli. Rebound goes wide. Gorman has it for Fayetteville. Pressure is on. They have control and not giving it up. Kent centers one in front. Onside save. Rebound goes just behind the net off the stick of Gorman. Musatelli is playing his rear off. And I'm going to be nice about it. Leith sends one around the boards. Tim Kent is there for Fayetteville. We're down to 50 seconds of power play time remaining. Mike Moran has it. Gives it back to Tim Kent. Kent takes a shot deflected by Sinclair into the netting and out of play with 45 seconds of power play time remaining for Fayetteville. 17 minutes to go in the second period. Bulls trailing 1-0.
Well, great job by Musatelli once again. He's locked in, dialed in here in the second period, Jody. But how about Gagnon down there?
Yeah.
2 big blocks, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what it takes as a goaltender. That's what you want to see in front of you, guys paying the price.
Off the draw, loose, picked up by Monkovich. Spins away from Kennedy. Back to Cahill, a shot whistles high above the net. Far side, Tim Kim has it. He had it taken away from him, and Birmingham skates away through center ice. Soretsky. He'll dip it in. Out of his net, Muse plays it. We're down to 20 seconds of power play time remaining now. Both players go down. Tim Kim skates away with the puck, brings it in the Bull zone for Monkovich. Return for Kim. Into the near corner. Kim gets checked there by Sherratt. Behind the net, Tim Kim has it. Looks for a place to go with it. Out at the front, Wilkins. Return to Kim, back to Wilkins. We're down to 1, that'll do it. There's a save made off the stick. Or off the pad, that is, of Musatelli in the Fayetteville zone. Nice play by Murphy, takes it away from Muse. Birmingham's killed the penalty back at full strength as Sherratt has the puck. Near side, he'll bring it back in. Murphy drops it back. For Zimmer, score! Zimmer shot the puck down into the corner in a weird angle shot by Birmingham after killing off 4 consecutive power plays. working harder in the second period, tied this score at 1 off the stick of Doug Scott.
Definitely.
Or was it Murphy? That may have been Murphy.
Oh, yeah. That all started off on the dump in on Muse, but you saw the Bulls on their horse. Zimmer stepped in across the blue line, made a great play to keep that puck in, threw it down to Murphy, and then Murphy just beat him low below the glove, short side, and that's one that Muse would like to have back. But talk about a quick release by Murphy to get that one off.
4:07, the time of the goal here in the second period. Birmingham being outshot 28-5, somehow has tied this hockey game at 1. Here's the call.
By number 29, Shane Murphy, his third goal of the season. The assist, number 15, Parker Soretsky, and number 17, Damon Zimmer.
So
Goal scored and
Zimmer gets his first point as a Bull, as you mentioned. Soretsky and Zimmer on the assist, 1-1 the score. Puck comes back into the Bull zone. This is going to be icing as the whistle is blown. 15:26 now to go. Birmingham's throwing the body more.
Wow.
They're being much more physical. They're being much more aggressive in the offensive zone, not just center ice, and it paid off right then.
Zimmer won a puck battle on the boards. That kept that play alive. He threw it down to Murphy. Murphy did what Murphy does. He shot the puck.
Face off to the right of Colby Muse. Loose picked up by the Bulls. There's a shot taken, save made off the deflection in front by Muse. Nice reaction time by Muse. Now it's loose along the near side boards, played now by Davis of Fayetteville. He can't get it past Sadovsky, but look out, Gorman takes it away. Gorman in front for Kim, a nice defensive play, back checking that is Wood. Now he'll take the puck, slide it near side. Through center ice, play picking up, Kip Ledzianko. Stops along the board, centers when it's loose, Wood is there, takes the shot, blocked in front. Look out, here comes Mike Moran on the breakaway. He got behind the ball defense and he lost the puck. All alone Mike Moran was, and he lost the puck. Picked up by the Bulls. Back into the Fayetteville zone, behind the net. Meyer has it, skates out in front. Tried to set it up for Mouse, it gets past him. No icing, Moran and Gagnon is back. Birmingham working harder, plays the puck just past Sinclair. This one's going to be an icing.
Yep.
As it's whistled dead with 14:21 to go here in the second period. Greg, how can Mike Moran, 15 feet behind the Bulls' defense, lose a puck and it just bounced right away from him?
Jody, that's what intensity and the game does to people. In the first period, Moran, he wouldn't have been worried about anything because the Bulls are skating now.
But
they're hitting.
alone.
It doesn't matter. You're still a part of what's going on out there, and the energy that the Bulls are throwing out right now, it's got everybody a little off kilter down there at Fayetteville. Fayetteville does not look like the same team because they don't have the time and space to operate and function like they did in the first period. Why? Because the Bulls are skating.
Well, they're definitely bringing more energy and more physicality, and the skating is there as well. The chances will come our way. We've capitalized on one to even this game at 1. 14:21 to go. I don't know what they said down there, but it did make a difference in the play.
100%, and even off the draw, Jody. Off the draw, guys are moving quickly to the puck. They're getting that puck. They're maintaining possession, getting it back to the point, throwing it quick to the net, and guys are crashing. And the Bulls have had more scoring opportunities here in the first 6 minutes than they did in the entire first period.
Holmes has it off the draw. He sends a shot in, looking for a deflection. It's sent side, wide of the net, picked up by Monkovich, back to Holmes. Far side pass for Wilkins, plays it down low. McGregor Sinclair for Birmingham's there first, and he'll chip it out to center ice. Picking it up there is Olenek. Olenek brings it in the Fayetteville zone, sets it up far side. Gagnon, shot save, rebound was loose. Picked up by Wilkins, and he'll clear it to the far boards. Now Blake Holmes banks one off the glass into center ice. Monkovich is there, takes a hit from Kennedy. Loose puck now picked up by Fayetteville, and they'll tip it as Kent sends it into the Bull zone. Monkovich and Sherratt fighting for it. Sherratt just shoves him out of the way. Gagnon comes up with it, look out. He almost gave it away to Wilkins, but Birmingham clears. Love lost it. Bringing it back in is Kennedy. Kennedy, far face-off circle, takes a shot. Save is made or blocked in front. Rebound picked up by Gorman, and Monkovich skates away. Coming off for a change, Monkovich, he'll dip it into the Bull zone. Far side, Scott has it for Kennedy. Gives it right back to Scott, near side, Scahill. Off the stick of Soreski, deflects into the Fayetteville zone in the corner. Soreski going in after it, taken away by Fayetteville. Kim tips it up for Gorman. Back in the Bull zone, Moust will catch up with it first. Paul Moust for Gorman. Wood on him. In front, looking for Mouse. That deflected wide. He was there, but he sent the deflection just wide. Now the puck hits Davis in front of the Fayetteville bench. Now it's loose. It'll come back down in the Fayetteville zone. Birmingham can't keep it alive. Kim takes a hit, and the loose puck picked up by Phil Edzianko. Doug Scott brings it in, gave it away. Gorman chips and clears it back for Ledzianko. Near side, Dorsey. Back in the Bull zone for Ledzianko. Leaves it there for Phil, brings it into Fayetteville zone, and they'll call offside on his brother Kip with 12:15 to go here in the second.
Much better job by the Bulls, Jody. You could just feel the difference in their transition where the Bulls defense coming across their blue line, they're not looking to make a little 6-foot pass in between the face-off dots on our half of the ice. The Bulls forwards are up. They're looking to make the quick transition all the way across the neutral zone. They're getting some good sticks on there, but more importantly, they're getting that puck deep and making these big Fayetteville D turn and skate to go after it, and that's where the Bulls are closing the gap.
Off the draw, just outside the Fayetteville blue line. No one really controlled. And Ianzo sends it in. Out of his net, Musatelli has it. Far side, Olenek for Zimmer. Brings it in. He's checked on the play by Meyer. Loose puck behind the goal line in the near corner. Sinclair was there, taken away from him, though, by Leith. He gives it up for Ianzo. He can't clear the zone as Zimmer is there. Behind the net for Olenek. Meyer on him, gives it up for Anzai. He takes the hit from Zimmer. Puck is in the Fayetteville zone. They're having trouble clearing now. Around the far boards, it'll be picked up by Leith. And Leith just lifts one into center ice. Taking the pressure off, Ianzo picks the loose puck up. 2 Bulls on him, so he'll send it in deep. Sadovsky there for Birmingham. Off the boards into center ice. He was trying to connect with Soretsky, but it's just a little too far for him. Now Soretsky has it in his own zone, sends it for Sadovsky near side. That one deflects into the stands as well off the stick of Ianzo. 11:08 to go in the second period. We're tied at 1. Face-off will come at center ice.
I like it so far, what I'm seeing. Lots of high intensity. You saw the Bulls down there, Jody. They had 4 guys in on that forecheck, and they were buzzing. Everybody was moving. Fayetteville had no answer. What do they have to do? In order to get the pressure out, they have to do the high dump out of their zone into the neutral zone. Now you're back up for a jump ball at center ice.
Soretsky beats his men to the puck, sends it into the far corner. Back to get it as Wilkins. Sets it up for Holmes around the near boards. Monkovich just tips it out. Played into the Bull zone. Gagnon on his man, that's Kent, who has control. Gagnon, a nice play. Loose puck now tied up against the boards. No one has control or possession. Still tied up. Looks like Kent just kicks it free to Monkovich. Monkovich in his first game back off the IR. Seen a lot of ice time tonight. Back to Holmes at the point. Sends one in front looking for a deflection. It goes wide. Now it's loose along the side. Calmly, Musatelli just steers it into the corner. Banked off the boards by Gagnon for Kennedy. Tips it in. Ledzianko is there for Birmingham. Wilkins on him. Centers a pass. Tried to set it up for his brother. He just couldn't get to the puck. Taken away nicely by Wood. Far side tip. Ledzianko save made off the skate of Muse. What a stop that was. Now it's taken away. Wood in front. Ledzianko save made. Rebound loose. Cleared by Fayetteville. And back they'll just skate to center ice and dump it out.
Now the boys are pumping, Jody.
Birmingham sets it in. That's Kip Ledzianko. Tips it in deep. Muse plays it. Whips it around far side. Forechecking his Wood to try and keep it in. Puck bounces to Paul Mouse. He'll set it up far side. Fans getting into it now as Tim Kim brings the puck in, looking for a place to go. Drops it back. Save made off the stick of Gorman. Look out. Mouse was there. He didn't expect it, and it gets past both him and Sinclair back into the Fayetteville zone. Sinclair throws a check. Now loose puck. Picked up by Birmingham at center ice. Scahill, he delivers a check to Mouse and sends the puck into the Fayetteville zone. Meyer sends it far side, gets up to center line to Moust. He'll lift one into the near corner. Dorsey catches up with it first. Around the far side, Sinclair banks one off the boards. 2-on-1 if we hurry. That's Wood has it in front. Save made. Nice play by Birmingham's Kennedy. Slid it over to Matt Wood, but it was just not enough room to make the shot. That's back into the Bull zone. Sadowski plays it along the boards. And back into center ice. They'll clear it. Alex Davis sends one in deep. Dorsey and Cahill going in after. Played by Moran. Moran tried to set it up for Anzai, gets past him. Back to Moran, shot, save made, rebound. Anzai picks it up behind the net. Soretsky on him. Now they're starting to buzz again, Greg. Davis with the puck. He sends one out in front, save again off a bad angle shot. Dorsey tries to clear but can't. Wraps it around near side for Alex Davis, who takes the hit, sends it behind the net. Anzai there, picks it up. He'll skate around the far boards. Circles into the slot, drops it for Davis. Thought about it, now I back it back out. Davis gives it to McCrory. Off the bench, a shot hit in front by Cahill. He turns and spins and fires it wide. That one hit Cahill right in the midsection, and he's hurt. He's coming off the ice. Look out, Moran in front, score! Bounced off the boards. I don't know if you want to call it a giveaway or not, but Moran making up for his missed breakaway. Just forehand, backhanded one right past Musatelli.
That was the goal scorer's goal there, Jody, and wow. But if you notice, and you talked about the intensity, as long as the Bulls could maintain that intensity, Fayetteville had no answer. But the Bulls got caught out there. It was a long shift for that group, and then what happened in the defensive zone? If you notice, it seemed like you could see 5 Bulls kind of standing around protecting that perimeter, and Fayetteville just started cycling high, and they got away, and one guy alone.
Now bringing him back in is Montvich, splits the defense. His shot goes wide. That's Moran's first goal of the season. 2-1 Fayetteville. Birmingham has the puck, center ice. Coming in is Phil Edzianko. Has his brother with him, so Phil skates behind the net. Centers one out in front. Wood takes the shot, block, in front. There's a shot, another one. How did that not go in? 2 shots at the puck, one, an empty net, and it goes wide off the stick of Scahill, who has the puck now. Sinclair tips it to himself, gets past Wilkins, cuts in front. Shot goes behind the net, though. Intensity is still there for both teams. Puck in the Fayetteville corner. Both teams fighting hard for the puck. Still loose, and finally Fayetteville just gets it out and clears it down into the Bull zone.
Great effort by Sinclair there, Jody. You saw him. He tried to cut around. He tried to cut hard to the net. He got cut off and pushed out to the outside, but still maintained and kept his feet moving, picked the puck up behind the net. Another Fayetteville defender came in with the hit, and Sinclair still followed through into the corner, and that's what I'm talking about, the difference from the first period to the second period, aside from, a broken 20 seconds at the end of a long shift for the Bulls. The second period has been 100% better.
Still not any better on the scoreboard on shots on goal. 35-11 in favor of Fayetteville. If I'm not mistaken, Greg, it was 23-3 at the end of the first.
24.
24-3, so that's 11-8. They've outshot us here in the second period, although Birmingham is starting to take the play to them much harder now, and in my opinion has had the better go of it in the second period.
Oh, definitely, and even on that last flurry, Jody, where they had Muse diving all over the place. The first save was great, but then holy cow, they were jumping all over the place. It's actually McCrory for Fayetteville, who I think pulled that one off the goal line and then cycled off into the corner and then cleared it for Fayetteville. So it doesn't get much closer than that. The Bulls just got to keep up.
Now Muse had a word for referee William Jacques. Now Gagnon having a conversation with him as well.
Gagnon kind of reminds me a bit of Wiesner. Just always talking to somebody, you know what I mean? Always got something to say.
Everybody has a role, I guess.
Yep.
Should have a role. Face-off in the Fayetteville zone. Sinclair once again is patented down to his knees. Birmingham won the draw, but it gets past Youngworth back into their own zone. Played behind the net. Youngworth has it. Gagnon through center ice. Sinclair just deflects it in. Muse out of his net, stops it. Can't get it past Birmingham. That was Zimmer there. Youngworth has it. Youngworth sends one. It's gloved down, though, by Gorman, and he'll skate away with the puck. Gorman sets it up far corner. Gagnon and Mouse going in after it. He drops it for Olenek. Up the boards, Sinclair. Near side, Youngworth through center ice. Zimmer takes the shot, goes wide of Muse. Loose puck in their own zone. Mouse has it. He'll set it up far side for Love. Kim tips it in. In front, Gorman has it. Youngworth back on him, keeps him from getting the shot off. Now Kim had it poked away from him by Gagnon on a nice play, and Soreski skates away for Birmingham. Deep into the Fayetteville zone, played by Murphy. Kim is there. Kim's had an excellent game for his first game for Fayetteville, Greg. Off the boards, Sadowski keeps it in for Birmingham. Centers one out for Soreski, and a save made, and a dandy glove one it is for Colby Muse. Soreski all alone in between the face-off circles, tried to go opposite of the way he was skating, and Muse's glove was there.
Well, that's Soreski's story so far this year, Jody. You talk about, where's a guy gifted, and Soreski's definitely gifted as a playmaker with 7 assists on the season. But that goal scoring, that's a prime opportunity there. You'd like to bury that one, get that goose egg off the board.
Face-off controlled by Fayetteville. That's Aonzo gives it to Moran. He'll backhand one into the Bull zone where Sadowski has it. He drives it for Dorsey. That one goes out of play as it was deflected. With 5:25 to go here in the second period, Fayetteville up 2-1.
35-12, shots on goal. That's more than some teams see in 60 minutes, Jody.
Yeah, 35 shots on goal is good for 60 minutes of hockey. If you can get 35 on net, you've done well.
But you know what? I didn't mind it. I would rather be on the 35 end than the 13 end as a goaltender.
It's got to do wonders for the Bulls, knowing and having so much faith in their goaltending. Moran centers one. Kim shot, blocker save made by Musatelli. Played in front, look out, there's a shot by Aonzo, goes wide, right out in front again, Birmingham trying to clear, and they do. Wow. What a hockey game this has turned out to be. Dorsey backhands one for Kipledzianko. Off the boards for his brother, Phil. Brings it into the Fayetteville zone, he loses his edge, goes down, loose puck, back into center ice. Jamie Dorsey has it for Birmingham. Through center ice, deflected, but not in. Taken away by Kim. He had it taken away from him by Kipledzianko, and Matt Wood sends it in. Line change for the Bulls. Olenek Karan out. Karan takes the puck away. Sets it up for Sinclair. Just bounced over his stick. He was behind the defense but couldn't control the puck. Karan centers one, nobody home. Fayetteville skate away. Out of the reach of McCrory. Comes back into the Bull zone, and Scott was ruled he could have caught up with it first, and to avoid a big collision, they rule it icing on Fayetteville.
And that's one of those things, Joe, like even on that last play down there, it's good to be aggressive on the forecheck, but send 2 guys into the corner, and you see Olenek as the third guy. That third guy, your job is to stay higher in the slot and be ready. If your 2 battlers down low can win that battle, you got to be ready to get that pass from them for a quick shot on goal. You see, he saw an opportunity. He was cheating down low. We had 3 Bulls down there in the corner. We won the battle. They threw it where he should have been, and nobody was there.
I don't know what to expect the rest of the way. It looks like the luck of the puck luck if you call it. Both teams are working really hard. Well, so the bounces are going to go one way or another, and you just get the feeling that we're in this game, and we've been in every game we've played this year, though.
Right. Oh, I feel good about it, Jody, because for me, it's like the Bulls are getting better with every shift.
Yeah.
Aside from one shift that ran long. So what are the keys to success here? You just have to have quick changes and keep your feet moving like you have been. They're finishing their hits. They're winning some one-on-one battles on the wall, and things are turning around.
Face off to the right of Colby Muse. I'm sure we'll send McGregor Sinclair out. Yes, McGregor will take the face-off for Birmingham. McCrory for Fayetteville. Off the draw, loose, goes behind the goal line, played by Leith. He can't get it out. Sherrod is there. Now it's chipped out, and the other way comes McCrory. Scott's going to have to hurry up. McCrory in front! Save made!
Wow.
off the left pad of Musatelli. McCrory ran out of little real estate, and he cut a little into the crease a little too close, and Musatelli's pad was there before he could get the shot off.
Once again, you see that composure, Jody. Musatelli,
This guy's good.
hemmed up on the goal line. He's got a player going inches from his face at 100 miles an hour, and he still has the wherewithal to keep his eyes on the pocket and corral in that rebound.
Off the draw, Birmingham's Youngworth. Banks went off the glass. This is going to be an icing. As back to get it as Wilkins, so we'll do it again. I can't tell you how impressed I am with Jacob Musatelli.
Oh, right now he's holding him in here, you know.
It could be 5-1, and I'd still be impressed with what he's done tonight.
Oh, easy. But 38 shots on goal, you're the Bulls. You're closing the gap a little bit on your side. You've got 9 so far this period, but you want to keep building on that and get stronger and get this guy another goal because he deserves a comeback.
If anybody ever deserved a win tonight, it's Musatelli.
Yep.
Off the draw in the Bull zone, played by Youngworth, far boards, picked up by Gagnon. He had it poked away from him, but regains possession for Youngworth. Ahead for Karan. Karan gains that center ice stripe, dumps it ahead for Olenek. Near face-off circle, Karan, a shot save made! And the rebound put right back into Muse's pad.
Unbelievable there, Jody. There were so many options for Olenek coming down that far wall. There was 4 Bulls squared up in front of the net. And honestly, I don't think Muse knew who was going to shoot the puck. But nonetheless, that's a huge save, and I don't think he even saw the shot come off. Wow.
Whew. This is like playoff hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Period. In the middle of November. Face off to the right of Colby Muse.
Bulls have
I'm not sure what Colton Olenek is discussing.
Bulls have 6 guys on the ice.
Well, I think he wants him to relook at it. He thinks the puck went in the net. So the referee, William Jacques, is going over to the scorer's table, and I think that's what he's doing.
Okay. Well, like I said, I did not see the puck. I saw the release of the shot, and then through bodies, I did not see where it hit Muse or what happened, but Muse did not react like he was tracking the puck, made a save, and then corralled in the rebound. He was just looking up and hoping that it hit him. So who knows? That puck man went in, came straight out.
I don't know how it didn't go in. But we're looking at the replay now. You on TV as well. Olenek there with the puck, slides it over. The original shot right in front. I'm sure Muse made the save. He did, and the rebound is where I'm looking. The rebound. I do not see the puck behind him.
Nope.
That's not a goal. Nice pass by Olenek right into the slot. And as we're looking at it, that puck, I believe, is underneath the Muse.
No, like I said, Muse did not see that puck. He just had good positioning, and he made the save.
I saw nothing to signify it was a goal, but he sure is taking his time looking at things, isn't he?
100%. I didn't see any puck movement behind him, like around the goal line.
I was looking on the ice now.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything flying in the air behind him. Sometimes that tape on the goalie stick can fool you, and you think it's a puck, and it's not.
Yep.
But I didn't see anything like that. I'll take it. I'd like for it to be a goal, but based on what you and I saw, it's not. And I think that's what he's telling Colton Olenek now.
Right.
No goal.
No goal. So, hey, but you know what? I like the call.
Sure, send your captain over and ask him. Yeah.
Because if nothing more, Jody, you just gave yourself another minute and a half of rest.
Face off in the Fayetteville zone, tipped behind their own net, picked up by Chance Gorman. Banks went off the wall into center ice where Dorsey has it. Sadowski. Murphy calling for the puck, takes it, flops it in. Stick down by Muse. Love is there first, can't clear it. Kennedy has it. Puck loose behind the net. Going in after 2 Bulls. That's Murphy. Murphy had it taken away. Davis backhands one dangerously through the slot, and back comes Mouse. Takes a hit there from Dorsey. Puck comes deep into the Bulls zone. Gorman behind the net loses it. Sadowski, soft pass out for Soretsky. and he'll send it down, and icing is called. 3:02 to go here in the second period. Birmingham trailing 2-1, and what's turned into really, I can honestly say this, one of the better hockey games we've seen all year.
No, I really enjoyed the first two games at home, Jody, and you know, we were wondering what was it going to be like, and like I said, these Bulls, they come out, and when they work, they're exciting, and that's what we're seeing here in the second.
Very much so. Fast skating, just there's another shot right into Musatelli. Had a little traffic in front of him, but he tracked it and made the save and covered it up with the mitt.
Well, but if you notice and you want to focus on somebody pinpointing on that last play, Sadowski right there, Jody, on Moran. You saw him. Moran, he's got some hands on him. He's a goal scorer. And Sadowski, he got right with him. He didn't worry about the puck. He said, I'm leaving that for my goalie, and just boxed out the forward.
On the draw, losing the face-off circle. Still being fought for. Doug Scott for Birmingham comes out with it. Can't clear it. He's taking a hit along the far side. Birmingham has control. Now they lose it. In front, Wilkie passed, and the shot sticked aside by Musatelli. Moran keeps it alive.
Okay.
Now they're look out, a backhanding clearing up or pass for Doug Scott, and he actually shot it right into his own netminder, Musatelli, as that puck somehow banked in right on him. He was right there ready for it, though. He saw it the whole time.
Well, but even as that puck hit Scott there, Jody, did you see his reaction of what he did? He didn't quit on the play, and he grabbed the Fayetteville forward to make sure that he couldn't get a shot off as Musatelli was corralling that.
Off the draw, comes back for Meyer, just inside the Birmingham blue line. Caden Meyer gives it up for Monkovich. Drops it down low for Kent. Running a little screen there, he couldn't get past him. A nice play by Sherrod, knocks him off the play, and now the puck is loose. Sherrod nails his man into the boards. That was Kent, using his size advantage over Kent. Fayetteville keeps the puck alive, though. There's a deflection in front. Off the shot, goes wide. Off the boards, Birmingham will clear. Matt Wood has it. Two men back for Fayetteville defensively. Wood slides it across. That shot should have been taken by Phil. He tried to slide it over for Scott. He couldn't do it. Now Monkovich brings it back into the Bull zone. Far face-off circle. Gets around Gagnon. Cuts out in front. Deflected on the shot by McCrory. That one's wide. Birmingham clears it. Wood just hammers it into the Fayetteville zone. Line change for the Bulls. We're down to a minute and a half to go here in this second period. Bulls trailing 2-1. That's offside.
Yep.
As Mouse touches up, that puck deflected off of Gagnon. So we'll have a face-off back across the Birmingham blue line.
Talk about Musatelli on that last one, Jody. With Monkovich walking out of the corner, Karan down block, you know, he goes down in shot block mode, which is good, but when that guy holds on to the puck, it comes around, curls down, and throws it out in front. Musatelli left all alone and bailed the Bulls out again with this 42nd save of the night.
They ruled that intentional offside, so the faceoff came back in the Fayetteville zone. No matter, they win the draw, and Tim Kim sends it right back in, steered aside by Musatelli. He's making shots and making passes. Sinclair sends a lazy pass over for Karan, didn't connect. Blake Holmes has it for Mouse. Kim with him, who has the puck. Takes a hit, loses the puck, and comes back to center ice. Kim has it, has Mouse with him. Kim in front for Gorman. That puck was deflected by a Bull, and here comes Colton Olenek the other way. Brings it back into the Fayetteville zone. He just slides it past Meyer down low for Karan. Less than a minute to go, second period. Loose puck along the board. It'll be picked up by Fayetteville, and Chance Gorman has the puck. Banks it one ahead for Mouse. It gets past him. Gagnon is there. Mouse tries to take it away. Behind the net, almost a centering pass connecting. Soreski will skate out with the puck for Birmingham, though. Gets it ahead off the skates of Murphy and taken away by Love. Sent in by Wilkie, or excuse me, Aonzo. Aonzo behind the Bull goal line. Now puck loose behind the net, played by Moran. Centers a pass for onside. Shot goes wide. Far side picked up by Love. Less than 10 seconds to go in the period. Love cuts behind the Bulls net. Cuts out in front. Aonzo has it. Back to Davis. He sends a shot in. Deflected wide. And the rebound was there for Moran, but the horn blew, and that will end it for 40 minutes of play. Fayetteville Marksmen, 42 shots on goal through 40 minutes.
And you said they had how much offense up to this point?
Up to this point, they haven't scored more than 2 goals in any game this season. They've only scored 1 goal in their last 2 games and 12 goals in 9 games this season. That doesn't look like a team that representative of those stats.
Well, and so let's talk about what's changed since our last outing,
All right.
Jody.
Since the first period, well, since their last outing when they could manage just 1 goal in 6 periods in Pensacola, it's kind of obvious, even though I haven't even watched those games, they weren't playing this style of hockey.
Well, no, but I'm just talking personnel-wise. Like, where did their boost come from? Is it Moran? Who came back off the IR?
Well, Monkovich came back off the IR, and he is arguably their best player.
Right.
But the infusion of Tim Kim, who's been all over the ice tonight, he's very small. He has been pushed around.
Right.
But when he's had room to operate, he looks like he can play.
Well, he's very composed with the puck. You know what I mean? He makes some plays on the wall where he's not quite ready to get in there and go and take a hit to make a play. But as far as an offensive guy, he's got very good composure. He holds on to the puck. He doesn't just throw it away. And he's looking to make a pass. He's had good centering passes from the slot, and he's put himself in good position to get some good scoring opportunities tonight. So, yeah, that's a pretty good pickup so far.
Well, let's talk about the changes that we've seen in Birmingham between period 1 and period 2. Obviously more energy, obviously much more aggressive, much more physical. And to be honest with you, Greg, Birmingham only has 14 shots on goal in 2 periods, but could have easily had 3 or 4 goals in that second period alone, if not for Colby Muse.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And that's, to me, you can just write off the first period as far as the shots on goal, Jody. But with 3 getting 11 in that second period, considering you were shorthanded again and all that other stuff, I'll take that from the Bulls because they had a lot of opportunities that didn't register for shots. And they had control of the puck, they had offensive zone presence, and they made Muse scramble at least 3 or 4 times for pucks that, hey, on any given night, you said it, you get a bounce one way or the other, and that puck squirts out, somebody gets a stick on it, and, hey, you're trending in the right direction right now if you're the Birmingham Bulls.
You can't get frustrated.
Oh.
And I guess if you're Fayetteville, you got to be extremely frustrated knowing that you've outshot Birmingham, goodness gracious, almost 30 shots, and you still can't break away in this game. There's another odd stat I can't figure out from Fayetteville, and I'm going to credit Birmingham on this tonight. I can't previous tonight.
Power play?
Power play. They have not scored a power play goal on the road this season. Birmingham's penalty kill has been excellent, if you ask me tonight.
Well, Musatelli being the foundation of that penalty kill tonight. Granted, the penalty kill, they actually have a lot better man-on-man coverage when they're down a man than they do when there's 5 guys on the ice. So, to the Bulls' credit, they did have a good penalty kill, but once again, Musatelli,
he was the anchor.
He's the reason why, because how many power plays has Fayetteville had tonight?
4.
4?
They're 0 for 4.
So 0 for 4, but Musatelli on that last one definitely is the answer why they're still scoreless.
Are you tired if you're Jacob Musatelli?
No way.
You got to be energized. The adrenaline's got to be just pumping like crazy.
That's it. You want to be tired? That's what happens after 10:30 tonight. Once you get your gear off and you're hanging around, then you go home and, rest and relax. But, the way Musatelli's playing, you're in a situation if you're Coach Simchuk and Coach Kerr looking at getting through tonight, but then where do you go tomorrow night?
If I'm them, I'm going Stewart tomorrow night. You got to give the boy a break. You got to give the man a break, and you got to keep Stewie hot too. There's 2 good goaltenders for Birmingham, 2 good goaltenders for Fayetteville, and there's just a battle going on between them tonight. When you're playing goal like that, Greg, and you're just seeing shot after shot after shot, most of them hitting you, most of them making your save, or you're making your save, but some going just past you. I guess what I want to ask, would you rather see that or would you rather see 14 shots only?
Jody, as a goaltender, you get into the stats. And I know that sounds weird, but it's like, you know what? When you're sitting there in goal and you see they've had 42 shots on goal and there's only 2 against, you know you're on, you know you're having a night, and you want to see 60 shots on net.
You want to see more.
Oh, yeah, because what gets in a goalie's head more is when you're down there in your muse and you've got 14 shots on net, you got a goal against, and then there's a shot that comes in and, you know, was it going to go on net, but you make the save, but it doesn't go up on the scoreboard, you're still sitting at 14 shots. You start seeing that, and you want more shots. As a goaltender, you want to see that thing. You know, it's like a game in your mind.
When you play goal, did you want a night where you had to work your tail off and make 40 saves to win the game, or did you want to see a night where you could relax with only 17 against you?
Jody, I don't think I ever had a night where I only had 17 against me, because you know the style of hockey that we played,
yeah.
And it was, you know, it was one of 2 things. Either it was glorified men's league and it was just end-to-end breakaways and all that kind of stuff, or the flip side of that was, or everybody was fighting. There was no middle of the road kind of just, you know, good solid hockey. It was wide open both ways. So, yeah, my thing was stop the last puck and win the game.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We've got about 12 minutes to go before the start of the 3rd period. Stay with us, everyone. This is a good one. And we'll be right back at it again tomorrow night here at the Pelham Civic Complex. Same 2 teams. 2-1 to score at the end of 2 periods of play. This is Birmingham Bulls hockey.
On the right, lineup is set and the roster's tight. Blades laced up and the twigs feeling right. Going Bulls deep in the ring tonight. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. Load up the bullpen, fire up the crowd. Turning Bulls loose, make the family proud. About to drop the puck, gonna go bar down. Boys crash the crease and tear up this town. House, Bulls country, rulers of the Cahaba Valley. House, Bulls country, rulers of the Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. Tempest flare gloves hit the ice. Kick his ass not once but twice. Down south losing is a sin. Bulls light the lamp and the good gods win. Steel on ice and hearts on fire. Every goal takes us higher and higher. In the valley under the stars so bright, we fight for glory, we fight tonight. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. On the right, lineup is set and the roster's tight. Blades laced up and the twigs feeling right. Going Bulls deep in the ring tonight. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. the ice. Kick his ass not once but twice. Down south losing is a sin. Bulls light the lamp and the good gods win. Steel on ice and hearts on fire. Every goal takes us higher and higher. In the valley under the stars so bright, we fight for glory, we fight tonight. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. Vulcan on the right, lineup is set and the roster's tight. Blades laced up and the twigs feeling right, going Bulls deep in the ring tonight. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. Load up the bullpen, fire up the crowd. Turning Bulls loose, make the family proud. About to drop the puck, gonna go bar down. Boys crash the crease and tear up this town. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of the Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of the Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. Tempest flare gloves hit the ice. Kick his ass not once but twice. Down south losing is a sin. Bulls light the lamp and the good gods win. Steel on ice and hearts on fire. Every goal takes us higher and higher. In the valley under the stars so bright, we fight for glory, we fight tonight. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. Country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. Vulcan on the right, lineup is set and the roster's tight. Blades laced up and the twigs feeling right, going Bulls deep in the ring tonight. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. Our house, Bulls country, rulers of Cahaba Valley. No, this ain't no rodeo. Load up the bullpen, fire up the crowd. Turning Bulls loose, make the family proud. About to drop the puck, gonna go bar down. Boys crash gods win. Steel on ice and hearts on fire. Every goal takes us higher and higher. In the valley under the stars so bright, we fight for.
And we're back here at Pelham. About 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go. Facing the puck drop here in the third period between the Bulls and Marksmen. And around the league, just to do our second period updates here. Roanoke says 20 minutes to go in the third period. I thought they were further ahead than that, but nonetheless, Roanoke taking control of that one. They're up 3-0 on the Mayhem. Here in Pelham, Fayetteville 2, Birmingham 1. Getting ready to lock and load for an exciting third period after that second period. Evansville, 3-1 over Knoxville. 20 minutes are waiting the start of the third period there in Evansville as well, as the Bull players come back to the ice. Huntsville having no problem with Pensacola tonight. They're up 4-1 with 3:09 to go in the second period. And Peoria has bounced back after that late first period goal, just 6 seconds to go in the first period, where Quad City went up 2-1. But Peoria bounced back in the second period, and they're now tied at 2 going into the third.
All right, that's a look from around the league. Greg, we got 20 minutes of hockey remaining here. Now, we've seen two teams out of Birmingham. We've seen one team that looked like they were lost in the first period, and one team that looked like they were in control in the second period. We know what we're going to see out of Fayetteville. They're not going to ease up. They're going to play the same game. Do you have to step up more and be more physical, or do you just keep plugging away like we're doing?
I think you just keep plugging away, Jody, because whether you realize it or not, the game inside the game, Coach Simchuk and Coach Kerr, they changed what their players were doing in the offensive or in the neutral zone, and the forwards came deeper across the red line, where in the first period, the D were looking to pass it to the winger, and then the winger give it to the forwards cutting through on our side of the red line, and now they're not doing it. They're sending the forwards deeper, looking to make that longer pass from our zone all the way across it, just outside the Fayetteville blue line, which is forcing the Fayetteville D to stay honest and play back behind their own blue line, and they're not being able to step up into the neutral zone as much because the Bulls are being much more aggressive in that zone.
All right, here we go. Face-off coming up at center ice. Soretsky will take the draw for Birmingham. Graham McCrory for Fayetteville. Here we go. Face-off control by Fayetteville. They lose possession, though. Birmingham tips it in but can't control it. The late offside not called as Meyer has it now behind his own net. Caden Meyer banks one off the walls and out. Back into the Bull zone. It skips past Youngworth, but Gagnon will pick it up for Birmingham. Had it poke checked away from him. Kent has it. Centering pass right there is Youngworth, though. Takes it before McCrory could get it. Gives it up for Murphy into the Fayetteville zone. Murphy shot right into the the skates pads of Blake Holmes. Kennedy has it. He'll keep it alive for Birmingham. Holmes takes it away from him, lifts one into center ice and out. Gagnon has it. Phil Ledzianko was calling for it. Too late now. Puck bounces up and out of play. We'll have a face-off coming up as Gagnon kind of skated away from the Fayetteville bench there by the linesman. He's still talking to someone.
And Kennedy's one of those guys, Jody, for the Bulls, that in the early parts of the season, we weren't calling his name a whole lot, but I'm telling you, I'm noticing that guy a lot more as the season progresses, as he gets more confidence and everything like that. I really like the play of him so far tonight.
Tipped into the Fayetteville zone by McGregor. Muse plays it himself. He can't get it past McGregor, and the puck comes back behind the net, played by Wilkins. Banks one off the boards into center ice. Doug Scott is there, gives it for Olenek. He lost it as Wilkins takes his shot away. Wilkins takes a shot. That one hurt Doug Scott. They score. That one was blocked by Doug Scott, and it came right back down And Fayetteville takes a 3-1 lead. The first time this year the Marksmen have scored more than 2 goals.
Off the skate of Scahill on the back door, Jody. And that's just a bounce. That's all that is.
That's the bounces we were talking about.
Well, it is.
That puck luck.
And if you back it up to where that play broke down, it was in the neutral zone where Fayetteville was allowed to come through the neutral zone, come in across the Bulls' blue line, and not intercepted.
Wilkins gets the goal. And they go up 3-1. Back to play. Phil Edzianko brings it into Fayetteville zone. His stick is broken, or excuse me, his shot is deflected off the stick of Fayetteville, and back comes the Marksman. Chance Gorman has it. Whips one around the boards, far side, picked up by Moust. Phil Edzianko takes it away, gives it up for Dorsey. He'll send it ahead for Matt Wood. Wood sends it around the boards. Behind that is played. Wood is there along with Meyer. The puck comes free off the boards, and Fayetteville's Gorman has it. Kennedy on him. Loose puck now picked up by Mouse, and he'll set it up far side. Fayetteville will change lines. Tim Kim sends a soft one in on Musatelli. Behind the goal line is played. Near board, Soretsky has it. Soretsky with it. Gave it away in front. McCrory's shot deflected off the glove of Musatelli into the netting. And Greg, I see you shaking your head, and I don't want to say what I want to say. I'll let you take it.
Well, good recovery by Soretsky, I'll say that, because those are the kind of plays when you look back to the Huntsville game when Stewie was in net, it's the same thing, right? Just a misfire deep in our zone, and it ends up costing us. But that time it didn't, so we'll take that one for the plus. The Bulls got to get going here.
Kennedy on the draw for Birmingham. Loose in that face-off circle. Still loose at the goal mouth in the crease. People whacking away at it. Puck still loose. Where is it? They score. Oh, my goodness. That puck, Greg, must have been in the blue paint for all of 10 seconds. Musatelli couldn't cover it. Too many sticks, too many skates, and Birmingham couldn't clear it, and it's 4-1, 2 minutes and 18 seconds into this third period.
Well, not what I was expecting for the Bulls to come out here in the second, Jody, but 2 weird goals, and just like that, now all of a sudden, you're down by 3, and you got to get to work.
Whistle blows. Too much movement on that face-off on the far side over there. And finally drop it. Fayetteville controls. We'll get the call in a minute, but that's the kind of goal that Birmingham should have had in the second period when we had the same situation. Right. Colton Olenek has the puck. He'll slide it far side. Back come the Bulls. There's a shot, easy blocker save made by Muse, and I ran into the boards with Ayanzo by Sinclair. Puck's loose far side. That one whistled wide. Scott pinches to keep it alive. Birmingham's going to have to send some extra forecheckers in this early into the second period. Now it's played in the corner. Holmes sends it around far side. Loose there, picked up. Here comes Anzai the other way. Anzai wraps one off the corner boards. Behind the net, it's tipped to Sinclair. Sinclair leaves it for Olenek, who gives it up for Caron. Caron hammered by 2 men, and the puck comes free behind the net. Chance Gorman sets it up for Kim, who tips it in. Scott behind his own net plays it for Wood. Wood tried to tip it free for Caron. He couldn't do it, and the loose puck finds the stick of Ryan Leith. He gives it up for Gorman, far side. Loose inside the Bulls' blue line. Controlled by Fayetteville. That's Leith. Nice pass over for Tim Kim. Poked away from him by Sadovsky. Now it's loose. Birmingham will clear. Phil Edzianko couldn't control it. Really behind them when the pass came. Into the Bull zone, played by Mouse. Mouse for McCrory, and glove save made by Musatelli, and a faceoff will come up to his left.
Well, it's one of those things, Jody. I don't know about you, but feeling what you're feeling in this building right now, somebody's got to do something to get some energy going.
We all know what you're talking about.
And I know what I'd be doing, but
More than anything, it's more important we score some goals, but
Right.
the air has been taken out of this building. You're 100% spot on with that. Now the puck is loose in the Bull zone, chipped just outside the blue line. Monkovich credited with the last goal. The fourth one who has the puck now, a save made by Musatelli. Monkovich almost had his second of the night. Behind the Bulls net is played by Monkovich. Slides it over for Kent. McCrory was there. He was hit on the play. Lucky interference wasn't called. Now behind the play, Scahill getting tied up along with Kent. They'll skate away from each other for the time being. Now Kent takes a hit from Sherratt.
That's what I'm talking about.
Gagnon. And Sherratt's going to pick up the original penalty. At best, an interference. Now Kent is going to get one as well. Did Kent hit Sherratt? No, it's Murphy.
No, it's Murphy.
That's going in. So they'll get coincidentals.
Yep, so it all started off on that far side, Jody, just inside the blue line of the Bulls. And they were going after it against the wall. And Murphy turned around and was having some words with Kent. And usually that's when I thought it was going to break out, but it didn't happen. Kent skated away, so Murphy skated over and gave him a little shot.
Slashing is the
couple
call on
slashes
Kent.
back and forth. That's all that transpired out of that one.
Both kids coincidentals for slashing.
So credit to Murphy, because I think he was looking for a dance partner there, Jody. I think Murphy was game.
I'm not a proponent, Greg, of, I don't want to call it stage fighting. I'm not a proponent of a coach saying, go get him. I'm not a proponent of that.
No.
But what happened over there was in the realm of hockey.
Right.
It was a hockey play, and both players were going after it. That I'm okay with. Olenek on the draw for Birmingham. Comes free back for Sherratt. Sherratt takes the shot. It's blocked. He gets his own pass back, or own shot back, and it's blocked by Moran. Now it's played behind the net by Ryan Leith. He'll skate out with in front of his goaltender. Now he curl back as Olenek doing the pressure on the forecheck. Ryan Leith taking his time. Has no reason to hurry. Sends it up near side off the skate of Davis, and he'll drop it back for Leith. Now they'll clear. Played by Ledzianko. Phil has it. He'll give it up near side. There's Gagnon. He'll get the skates going. Has Kip Ledzianko with him. Runs some interference. Gagnon holding on to the puck. Sends a shot off the shoulder of Muse on a bad angle. Moran has it. Ryan Leith takes it away. Out in front, Ledzianko is cruising, but he gets past him and Sherratt. Sherratt's going to have to hurry to get back. He does. He hustles back to keep Moran from going in alone. Now the puck played by the Bulls. Kip Ledzianko drops it back for Gagnon. Still in the Bull zone. Gives it to Phil Ledzianko. 50 seconds remaining on the coincidentals. Now Kip has it. Left wing side. Takes a shot well wide of the net. And the puck escapes the zone back into center ice. Scahill has it for Birmingham. He'll shovel it back for Scott. And Birmingham will change lines. Doug Scott with the puck. He'll try and skate past Monkovich. He does. And Monkovich's stick takes him down. And Birmingham will be on their first power play of the night. And I'm going to ask you a question. I want the real answer. I want your honest answer.
Sure.
Did we help the referee make that call? Was that, I don't want to say embellished because he went down off the stick of Monkovich, but did he make it look worse than it was?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think what happened is I think Scott had the lead in the neutral zone. He was skating away. I don't think Monkovich meant to trip him.
That's what I mean.
I think Scott stepped on his stick and went down, but at the end of the day, Jody, we're still responsible for our sticks, so that's a penalty.
Said that. Well, here's the deal. It's going to be a 4-on-3 situation for Birmingham right now for, I think, close to 30-something seconds.
Yep.
It is imperative to win the faceoff.
100%.
You need to try and take advantage of a 4-on-3 when you're down by 3 goals, to say the least, but that may be what this building needs at this point.
Well, and this is where it comes in. Quick draw back, and you want Ledzianko going straight to the front of the net.
Now, Kip Ledzianko has a broken stick. He didn't even know it was broken.
Right.
So he'll come get a new twig and skate back. We're going to have Doug Scott, Phil, and Kip Ledzianko and Colton Olenek out for Birmingham. Anzai on the draw. Puck controlled by the Bulls. Doug Scott has it. Doug Scott through the slot. One-timer by Kip Ledzianko wide. He's tried that twice now, and it hasn't worked yet. He has the puck, drops it back for his brother Phil. Off the skate of Kip. Colton Olenek now with it. First two penalties about to expire. Doug Scott, a shot save made off the pad of Muse. Kip Ledzianko has the rebound. 5 seconds left on the double minors. Phil Ledzianko has it. Scott takes the shot, save made, rebound pops out to the slide, Scott has it. There's a pass in front, Ledzianko's shot goes wide, nifty passing, no shot on goal. 5-on-4 for another minute, 20 seconds for Birmingham on the man advantage. Phil Ledzianko has it. Gives it to Scott, plays down low off the stick of Olenek, look out. Back to the blue line, Phil Ledzianko is there, and he lost the puck, look out, here we go the other way. Tim Kent has it, takes a shot, no! It got past Misatelli, but knocked out of the net by Murphy. Murphy now has the puck far side. He'll skate away, 3 men back for Fayetteville. Murphy brings it in, cuts in front, try to backhander it, never made it on net. Birmingham has it at the point. That's Sadowski. Takes the shot, save made, rebound loose. Still loose, picked up. Olenek had it. Birmingham will keep it alive. Sadowski, a good job to keep it in. Sadowski has it, takes a shot, save made. Rebound loose, played by Kennedy behind the net. Big hit there. Loose along the far boards. Now Olenek takes a smack, and it's cleared by Fayetteville. Alex Davis can't get past Sadowski. Birmingham will skate away back into the Fayetteville zone. Soreski has it, around to 5 seconds remaining though on the power play. Still loose, tied up in the corner, near side. Fayetteville has killed both penalties. They're back at full strength, and they got a man behind the fence of Youngworth, but it gets past him. Nice play by Musatelli to pass it along. We're back at 5-on-5 hockey with 11:32 to go here in the third period. And Greg, I'd like to have had one out of those 2 power plays Birmingham just had, but it just didn't work.
Well, that's one of those things, Jody. I like how the Bulls were moving the puck around and everything like that. Olenek in front of the net. Not a very big frame. That would be something that I would take number 4 and put him right in front of right. Zimmer, Sherratt, one of those guys, but give me some size in there where you don't need a deflection. What you need is somebody to take away goalie's eyes.
Now Dorsey will bring the puck in. He's hit by Wilkins, loses it. Now it's behind the net into the far corner. Wilkins picks it up, cuts behind his own net, banks one off the boards and out. Hits it up for Kent, gets past Dorsey. Kent with a shot, save made, and Musatelli covers up. Dorsey takes Kent down. After the fact, no penalty call. Fayetteville is not taking the foot off the gas, Greg.
No, definitely not. And you see Fayetteville making the read with the Bulls getting 3 guys in again on that forecheck. Now remember, 2 guys, 1 guy high, but they get 3 in like that. And as soon as the Fayetteville forward makes that read, he's going and he's stretching. You have 1D holding here at the point. That's going to leave a one-on-one battle down there. If Fayetteville got away again, the Bulls lucky to come out of that one alive.
Kip Ledzianko backhands one out. Phil takes it and chops it in. Going in after it is Wood. Leith catches up with it first for Fayetteville. Whips one around the boards, not out. Sherratt keeps it alive for Birmingham. Played by Fayetteville, but not out. It's finally taken away by Tim Kim, and it's taken away from him by Ledzianko, but it comes straight free to Gorman. He loses it. Stepping in front of that pass was Dorsey. His shot goes behind the net. Sherratt pinching in down low in the corner. Tips it behind the net for the Bulls. In front, looking for Ledzianko. It didn't connect from Wood. Now Kip has it. Sends it around the far side for Sherratt. Avoids the check of Tim Kim. Face-off circle. Takes a shot off the post. Puck bounces all the way near side and is skated away by Moust. Whistle blows. They'll call a face-off at center ice. That one would have been a nice one to have to get to it back to a 2-goal lead.
Nifty move by Sherratt there at the blue line to get through, gave himself a clear lane. Came in and he just launched a wrister, Jody, and that one was past Muse, hit the post, went straight up in the air and landed about 30 feet from the net. So great shot there by Sherratt. just wasn't the one to get on the board.
Love has it behind his own net. 2 players forechecking on him, trying to take the puck away. It does squirt free. Soreski was there, but Anzai has it. He takes the hit, squirts the puck over. Fayetteville clears behind the defense once again. Comes all the way down on Musatelli, clears it himself. Love puts it right back in.
Still off.
Still offside. They'll have to get back out. Now they do. Birmingham will skate away. That's Gagnon with the puck. Oh, boy, both of them went down. Gagnon takes out McCrory, who I don't think was trying to line him up, Greg, but he took his legs out from under him. Now far side, brings it back in. There's a shot. Had to duck out of the way was Musatelli, and the puck clears back into center ice. Karan is there for Birmingham, brings it in, cuts through the slot, off the skate of Wilkins, goes well wide. Olenek plays it behind the Fayetteville net. It's taken by Holmes, and he'll back in one off the glass and out. Youngworth has it for Doug Scott. Kent on him. He gives it to Phil Edzianko. Has Olenek with him. Phil Edzianko tried to get it over for Colton. Knocked away. Doug Scott goes in with McCrory. Now Wilkins as well. Digging for the puck.
Come on.
Now we're going to have a penalty as Wilkins and Olenek going at it. Wilkins was not happy with Colton. Now Karan trying to get involved. He'll skate away.
Wow. Had Olenek not had the full cage on there, Jody, I think you would have saw one right there after that cross check.
Well, if you ask me, Greg, I think Olenek's smart on that play. I think he was going to get an original one.
Wow.
And he got Wilkins to return the shot, and now both of them go to the box.
True enough. But the first one, you never want to take a stick infraction in the offensive zone, Jody. And that one on that, we're fortunate there was retaliation there to even it up. So we'll have 4-on-4 hockey because I think with the more open ice, that definitely bodes in the Bulls' favor here. With 8:56 to go, we need somebody to step up here and get us a nice one.
Well, I've always said 2-goal lead in hockey is the most dangerous lead you can have. I just want to get it to that point and see what happens. 50 shots on goal for Fayetteville, and we still have 9 minutes of hockey to go.
100%. And you talk about those bounces at the start of the third, Jody. Yep.
Wilkins gets 2 for roughing. I'm sure Olenek will get the same. Cross-checking on Olenek. He was going to get the original call. And smartly, he pulled Wilkins in and made him retaliate, and there's the equalizer.
Well, and if you're Wilkins there, Jody, I mean, you have to answer that bell.
Sure you do.
You know?
4-on-4 hockey. Phil Edzianko on the draw for Birmingham. That's Anzai for Fayetteville, and the puck squirts past everyone back into the Bull zone. Youngworth has it. Moran on him. He gives it up for Kip Edzianko. 2 on him, so he'll slide it to his brother Phil. Far boards. Phil into that face-off. Circle in front, looking for a deflection. Is past everyone. Youngworth keeps it alive. Back for Scott. Off the skate of Edzianko, and it's taken away by Ryan Leith. And he'll just clear it. Mike Moran finds a loose puck. He'll just skate it back into his own zone to kill some time. Moran through center ice. Brings it into the Bull zone. Nobody bothering, nobody checking, so he'll just lift one into the near corner, played by Birmingham Scott. Gets it ahead to Murphy. Shane Murphy still with the puck inside that blue line of Fayetteville. Now they put a little pressure on him. That's Kent. So he'll slide it around the boards behind the net. No one there but Alex Davis. And he'll have it behind his own net, and he'll skate near side. Davis will bring it through center ice. Into the Bull zone. Far face-off circle. Takes the shot, and a tough save made by Musatelli, and he hangs on. A coast-to-coast rush by Alex Davis, and he almost scored.
Well, that's just a little bit. You see the Bulls, they just don't get that kind of time in the Fayetteville zone because those guys are stepping up on them, Jody, and they're forcing them to make a play. And you saw even at that last play there, the Bulls coming across the blue line, trying to make a play, looking for a shot, but Fayetteville was right up on them tight and forcing them to the wall, and they just ended up having to dump it in the corner.
Off the draw, Birmingham has it. Gagnon gives it back to Scahill. Scahill near corner will skate away. Through center ice. Whips it around the board, stopped by Muse. Love has it. Ahead to Kent. Tim Kent skates through center ice. That was easy, too easy to get it out of their zone, Greg. Kent brings it into the Bulls zone, fans on the shot in the slot, and turning it the other way is Kennedy. Scahill couldn't catch up with him, draws it for Gagnon. He couldn't get the shot off, but keeps the puck alive. Around the boards, played behind the net. Kennedy has it. Fighting hard for the puck, sends it out in front. And that was, it's hard to read these New Jersey numbers that Birmingham, Sareski had a whack at it, and it didn't make it on goal, but he didn't get all the puck. It basically bounced off the Fayetteville player's stick.
Well, but that's what Kennedy has to do. He got back behind the net. He took a hit. He came out with the puck with the one-on-one puck battle, was trying to throw it out. He got it to Sareski. He just couldn't get the shot off.
11 seconds remain on the coincidentals to Wilkins of Fayetteville and Olenek for Birmingham. 4-on-4 hockey for those 11 seconds. Birmingham controls it, draw. Sadovsky takes the shot, stopped by Muse. He couldn't control the rebound, but it's picked up by Fayetteville. Ryan Leith has it. Gives it up for Tim Kent. Birmingham and Fayetteville now at 5-on-5 hockey. Puck played into the Bull zone. Behind the net, played by Dorsey. Whips it around near boards. Leith in front. Save made. Rebound Roos right in the slot. Clear to the side boards by Birmingham. Skating is Dorsey with it. Brings it in the Fayetteville zone. Olenek takes the shot. Easy save made by Muse. One shot, one save, and back comes Fayetteville the other way. Now Gorman sends one in front. Had Kim there. It's picked up by Moust. Save is made. Rebound in the corner. Played by Fayetteville. Moust for Kim, looking for his first goal. Takes the shot, goes behind the net. Sadovsky has it. He had it pocketed, picked by Kim. Sends one out in front. Dorsey was there, gets his stick on the puck. Now Olenek has it. Birmingham cannot get the puck out. Sadovsky, far side. Chip, but not out. Fayetteville has it. Holmes behind the Bulls net, the defenseman. Curls around in front, looking for a deflection. That one goes wide off the stick of Kim. Moran has it. Lost it to Ledzianko. Finally, Birmingham clears back into the Fayetteville zone. The stick got up a little bit there on Phil Ledzianko, but there was no call. Not that it would matter at this point. We'll take all the help we can get. Kennedy backhands one for Wood. He's trying to skate past Holmes. Puts the brakes on near face-off circle. Wood had it for Scott, taken away. Holmes, the defenseman, will skate away, but he's not going to be able to outskate him. Moran has it. Cross-ice pass, looking to connect. There's Holmes with a shot. That one, he didn't get all of it, but Fayetteville still has control. Puck played right through the slot there. Moran had it bounce off his stick. Forechecking like crazy as Fayetteville up 3 goals with 5 minutes to go. Wow. Birmingham has it at center ice. That's Doug Scott. Hit by Aonzo. Still manages to keep possession, and he'll backhand one in deep. Murphy behind the net. Plays it in front. Right there is Kennedy. Couldn't get the puck away. He was trying to set it up for Sareski, but it was behind him. And Aonzo has it, and he'll clear. No icing is picked up by Doug Scott. Scott gives it for Sareski. Tipped into center ice. Playing to Sinclair in the Fayetteville zone. For Sareski, loose puck right in the crease. Cleared away by Fayetteville. Far side, Murphy rides Monkovich in the boards. Loose puck, far face-off circle, picked up by Sareski. Sareski tried to set it up for Gagnon, knocked down by Monkovich. Sareski now has the puck. Into the corner, that's Murphy. Sinclair tried to cruise in front. Too much traffic. Bulls keeping the pressure on. Behind the net is played by Sinclair. In front for Gagnon, a shot. Turned aside, Tim Kent has it. He lost it to Sinclair. Now it's loose along the far boards, picked up by Monkovich. And he clears up and out. Face off back into the Fayetteville zone. 3:46 remaining here in the third period. 4-1 Fayetteville. 55 shots on goal to 31 for Birmingham.
Jody, the Bulls are working hard down there. I mean, you can see it, but it's one of those things where this late in the third period, you can see that Fayetteville, they're still keeping all their guys down there, and they've got 4 guys battling down low and 1 guy hanging As soon as they get possession of the puck, that guy's gone, and they just clear the zone.
But the thing is, though, when we're down to the last 3:46 of this game, they're up by 3 goals. Normally, you put the brakes on and just pack it in. They're not doing that.
Well, I think that's what Fayetteville did for a little bit there in the middle part of that period, and I mean the Bulls were just all over them. So the coach got to make a change. Say, guys, let's go back. Let's go get another one. You know, so easy to do that, to fall into that rut of, hey, we're just going to protect this lead. So for the Bulls coming out, they got 3 minutes and 46 seconds here to go, and definitely this is an important draw right now as Zimmer steps in to the face-off circle for the Bulls.
You think they'll pull Musatelli. There's 3 goals. You got to get one before you think about pulling them, right? You got to cut it to 2 lead before you pull a goal. A 2-goal lead.
Not necessarily.
Well,
You know, what's the difference? 4-1, 5-1.
there's no difference.
Right. But you're definitely about in that time frame where around 3 minutes down by 3.
You got to think about something. Birmingham has played a good game, save for the first 20 minutes. Agreed?
Yeah. I think those bounces in the third period are just the hockey gods raining down favor on the team that started off the game working harder. Because that's all it was 2 bad bounces. Now you're down 3-1.
Well, that last goal, the fourth one, when everybody on the ice had a chance to put their stick on it, and nobody did, and somehow Monkovich pokes it underneath of Musatelli, that was a backbreaker. Because at that point, it's still a 3-1 game before that. And it's anybody's hockey game. And having a little repair work, looks like, going on with the scoreboard. So that's what the stoppage of play is. Remember, tomorrow night, these 2 teams back out of here at the Pelham Civic Complex. 7:05 face-off. I have a feeling that you're going to see a little bit different game from Birmingham than we saw tonight. I have a feeling it's going to be a much more physical game.
Well, and you've got, that's an interesting comment in the chat, Jody, on the YouTube chat board. Delinas 3140. It's obvious we underestimated this team tonight.
I don't know. I don't think that's the case. I mean,
I just think they just decided to show up and come to life.
Exactly. They came in and decided it's time we change our season is what happened.
Yep.
And they played a totally different mindset of hockey game. Off the draw, a shot by Olenek goes wide as he was tied up. Puck played along the boards. Olenek's there, along with Karan. Now Holmes comes in to try and get it. Olenek gets it back to Dorsey. Cross-eyes pass. Played down back. Zimmer's on the ice. He leaves it for Karan. Karan and Zimmer behind the net. Karan still with the puck. Good job holding on to it. Centers a pass for Olenek. Wide of the net. Zimmer was there and trying traffic, but it was wide and back the other way. Comes Fayetteville. That's Wilkie. Wilkie with the puck. Slides it back. Holmes is there. Couldn't get the shot off. Birmingham will turn it. 3 minutes to go. Third period. 4-1 Fayetteville. Birmingham fires the puck in. Taken away there by Meyer. He'll slide it back for Holmes. Almost had it taken away by Woods. Mouse will take it, backhand one, try and get it out, stuck at the blue line, and finally it escapes the zone. Turned back in by Sadowski. Meyer has it. Phil Edzianko chases him down, causes the turnover. Wood has it. Curls away from Anzai. Can't control the puck, though. Taken away by Fayetteville, but not out. This time they do get it out. Edzianko will tip it back to his defense, and we'll start it over. Back into the zone, Sadowski sends it. Muse plays it for Leith. Intercepted by Phil Edzianko, score!
There you
Giveaway
go.
in the Fayetteville zone, and a bad one at that. Phil Edzianko is not going to miss that opportunity, and Birmingham cuts the lead to 4-2.
And that's what you needed, Jody. You needed an opportunity like that. Just mishandling the puck. You can see Muse, he's not happy about that. He's like, seriously,
and
boys.
Love's going in to apologize.
Yep.
As is Kent, that was a bad play.
Yep, 100%.
And to give it up 5 feet in front of your own netminder to Phil Edzianko is
Right.
You can't do that.
So, but yeah, you saw it. Once again, it comes to that pressure, but we talk about all the time about the D going through the middle in their own zone. And there it is. The Bulls capitalized. They got a couple minutes here. Make this one exciting.
Back to action, 4-2 now the score.
Yep.
Birmingham brings it in. There's a shot into the midsection. Save is made. Here's the call. Unassisted goal by Ledzianko, his fourth. 18:45. 17:45, I'm sorry, 17:45, time of the goal. Not a lot of time left though, Greg. 2:05 to go, we're down by 2. I've seen it happen.
Yep.
I'll never forget the time my dad, he's gone now, but he told me a story when he was a kid living in Welland, Ontario. His brother got so angry they were listening to the Maple Leafs play Boston on the radio. Boston was up 8-1. My uncle got so angry he left and walked home in the snow with no shoes, just a socks. The next morning, my dad stayed and listened to the game. The Leafs came back to win it 9-8.
Right.
His brother called him a liar and a few other choice names.
Sure.
Said it never happened. You're crazy. They turned on the radio and his brother heard the score being announced on the news, and he said he walked away from it. He never said a word about the hockey game again. So it can happen.
Well,
Not likely an 8-goal lead you can overcome like that, but a 2-goal lead, yeah, you can.
No, and you talk about the swing of the period and what it looks like, especially on the shot clock, Jody. The Bulls have quietly put 20 shots on net here in the third period, and they've definitely had views scrambling, everything like that. So it's not that Fayetteville did anything spectacular in the third. They just got a couple of crazy bounces right off the hop.
And that's the difference in the game.
Yep. But they continued to work hard.
They haven't quit working all night long. And they really outworked us in the first period, but first period we escaped it with just a 1-goal deficit.
Right.
So I'm not going to blame the first period. Fayetteville's came in and they played a hockey game like they probably wanted to be playing all year. Off the draw in the Fayetteville zone, Murphy has his man tied up in the corner. Birmingham's net is empty. We're at 6-on-5 hockey. Under 2 minutes to go. Puck tied up. Played around the far boards. Fayetteville will clear. Look out. It comes this way to Moust. Phil Ledzianko catches up with the puck first. He's going into the net, but Murphy was there to take it away. Shane Murphy for Phil Ledzianko. Or that's Sinclair tips it in. Big hit there by Scott. Puck loose in the corner now. Another man comes in. Puck tied up. That was Sinclair that came in. Still loose in the corner. Puck comes free for Scott inside his own blue line. Under a minute and a half to go now. Phil Ledzianko plays it down low. Centers one out for Olenek. His shot is blocked by Alex Davis. It's loose in the crease. Still loose. Still loose, being fought for. There's a shot. Still loose, near side. A shot by Murphy, well wide of the net. Going after it, Birmingham's Phil Ledzianko keeps it alive for the moment. Anzai has it. He'll clear.
No ice there.
Scott going after the puck.
Oh,
Icing
barely.
is called. He was out of juice too,
Yep.
Greg. If that shot was 5 feet this side of the goal line, he wouldn't have been able to catch up with it.
But, I mean, you had it with 1 minute and 10 seconds left. After that melee in the corner, Jody, the Bulls got possession of the puck, which is key.
Yeah.
But you saw how hard they had to work to get it. They got it out front. They got Moose diving all over the place. He made a couple of good saves. Puck squirts out. But that's those dirty goals we talk about we've been looking for all year. And they had the opportunities to put it off the outside of the post, side of the net.
Karan, Olenek, Kennedy, Gagnon, Wood out for Birmingham. Soretsky will take the draw. 6-on-5 hockey. Birmingham's net is empty. 54.3 seconds remaining. 4-2 Fayetteville. Loose puck on the draw, but they'll blow it dead and do it again. I wonder if they'll put time back on the clock because time did tick off.
2 seconds.
Now the linesman goes over to the scores table. Maybe that's what he's putting more time back on the clock. All right, face off to the left of Muse. Puck is dropped, still loose. Wood has it. A lot of traffic in front of him. Sends it back to Gagnon. Behind the net is play for Olenek. Not a lot of time for passing, boys, as the puck skates the zone back into Birmingham's end of the ice. Down to 40 seconds to go. Karan fires one in low. Glove the side and cleared to the far boards, but not out. Going in after it, Birmingham has it. Karan back for Kennedy. We're down to 30 seconds. Gagnon with it. Sends one in. Deflected, gloved by Muse. And I want to go back to that play where Olenek whipped one around the boards. There was nobody home on the right wing side. I understand passing it around to keep possession, but isn't that a situation where you should try and walk it out in front, pass it out in front, and hope for a bounce? I don't know.
Well, if you go back to Gretzky's office, you got to do like Gretzky does, Jody, and that's just get the puck to the front of the net.
Face off to the left to Colby Muse. Loose picked up by Wood. He's hit by Meyer. Fayetteville has it. Monkovich easily clears off the boards down the ice, and that's going to do it, Greg. We're down to 10 seconds to go as Birmingham has it behind their own net that is empty. Down to 5 seconds. Monkovich takes it away. Didn't shoot the puck. Whistle blows. Offside is the call on Fayetteville with 0.4 of a second left in this hockey game. So, Greg, this one's going in the books as a loss for the Bulls. It's a learning experience, if you ask me. We didn't take this team lightly. We didn't overlook them, but we did not expect them to come out playing the way they did. I will guarantee you this was not in their films prior to this game.
No.
In any hockey game they played this year. A team that can put up 55 shots on goal is going to score more than 2 goals every time they do it. If they play like that.
100%, Jody, and take the shots out of it. I was impressed with the game plan that Fayetteville brought in tonight, because they knew how the Bulls like to break out. They like to throw it up the wall. They like to get the little chip to the centerman, coming out of their zone there about the blue line and into the neutral zone, then another dump pass off to the side and then down into the zone. And Fayetteville said, no, we're just going to clog up. We're going to keep our D at the red line. We're going to be in your face all night long. And they were successful.
I was really impressed with the game plan of Fayetteville. I was more impressed with how the Bulls stuck with their intensity and came out in the second and third and played a completely different hockey game. This team is still a young hockey team.
Yeah.
It's still a learning hockey team. And we haven't been out of any hockey game we played this year. This one was a little different. It felt a little different because of the way Fayetteville brought it to us.
Well, one of those things, Jody, where I think part of the psyche for the Bulls is that coming into every game this year, we've been the underdog. You know what I mean? We've been the underdog. We've been the ones who's coming into the game and everybody's saying, oh, well, Birmingham's coming to town, blah, blah, blah. This is going to be whatever. And the Bulls always rose up in every game and, put it to Huntsville in Huntsville. And, they were a handful. And then I think they have a little bit of success and they come back to their home rink. You got Fayetteville coming in who's underneath you in the standings. That's really the first time that the Bulls have had to experience that this year. And you're right, young team, but guess what? I think lesson well learned, and I guarantee you they'll come out of the gate tomorrow night, and we're in for a heck of a hockey game.
I'm looking forward to it. If you didn't make this one, I don't want to come on down tomorrow night. 7:05 face-off, Fayetteville back here at the Pelham Civic Complex facing our Birmingham Bulls. But tonight, the good guys didn't come out on top. Fayetteville wins this one 4-2 over the Birmingham Bulls. For Greg Dreveny, I'm Jody Chernesky. Thanks for joining us, everyone.